he was in Civ 4. Him and MD could hang out together all the time.
We'd wind up seeing some sort of a news article about he'd be one of those guys basically playing with, what was it, Civ 2? That somebody played through year 3550 or something like that?
Oh,
yeah, it got down to just like two of them, him and one AI opponent or something.
Right. 550.
MD will not move off of Civ 4.
Yeah, it got down to just like...
He knows it inside and out, though.
Oh, yeah. All right, so I have to do a little bit of chicanery here to get this to me so I can get it to Brant. And Doug, you're still there, right?
I am.
Okay, I was worried. Worried my guy went away on me.
Nope, I'm here.
All right, cool. Let me just send this to Brant very quickly. Copying. Pasting.
Hey, Jim is live streaming right now.
Yeah, it is.
And I said that. I see that.
Yeah. So that's up. Now I just got to do one other thing. Good deal. Brant said he'd handle the rest of it. For my 6 Twitter followers, I will not yield. There we go. There we go. Trying to shut down Windows.
What's this Twitter thing you guys speak of?
Right? All right. So I got everybody in, right? Let me switch to the other side of the table where I belong. There I am. I would like to welcome you to some little place somewhere north of the Blood River in the year 1879. We're 140 years on. This is 2 Hour Wargames Colonial Adventures. I don't know if any of you have ever played any of Ed's reaction system in games like Nuts, FNG, Rally Round the King. He's got about 12.5 games, all based on this same system. The premise of 2 Hour Wargames, first, is that it's intended to be played with a relatively small number of figures. Secondly, it's about leadership. And it's about the fact that at a certain point, every commander loses control of a battle. Those who have played the Kriegspiel feel this intimately and passionately. I've done a lot of the preset on this, so we won't have a lot of the preliminaries here. But if we want to take a look over here, over this lovely picture of Islandwana that we have a total of, and these are considered troops. And I'm mousing over the infantry, 20 men, combined into a company of 2. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4 companies. We have 1 squadron of infantry.
Cavalry.
Sorry, cavalry, thank you. And
different type of infantry.
Yeah, they're actually secretly infantry. I lied. And if there's a real masochist in the group, I did bring along a Gatling gun. It's actually intended to be to be one of the repeating rifles that was, or the machine guns that existed in the period. If you really want to be a masochist and bring it along, I don't recommend it. Telling Brand, yes, we're up. They're incredibly slow and they're positional in this game. They're not considered like pack guns, so it's
kind of like your KV2.
There you go.
The way the commands are set up, if you take a look and you mouse over the guys, if any of you are familiar with the podcast Wooden Overcoats, my wife and I spent the time rolling the reputation of these guys prior to the game. The captains, who are the guys on horseback here at the back.
Okay, like Captain Nigel wavering there.
Exactly. These are all named after the podcast Wooden Overcoats. They're characters from that. And it works very well. My wife tells me she's quite the fan. So the captains, and then we have the lieutenants.
Okay.
Then we have the individual men. But here at the front, you'll see with both the flag and the two blue-coated gentlemen, non-commissioned officers. All right.
So is the one in the front, the flag of Master Sergeant, and the other two are just regular sergeants?
Correct.
Or...
Correct. Okay. Ed, I've had this conversation with Ed. He loves the period. He plays the period, but like most of his other games, he's like, just let's play the game. Over here,
It's late 1800s.
correct. This would be actually we are approaching the 140th anniversary of the Anglo-Zulu War, so you can figure it from there.
It might be dumb as far as history goes. Is that part of the Boers War thing?
No,
or-
the Boers are 20 years later.
Okay, thanks.
Sure. But in any event, the way that these folks are set up, they have a captain back here in the back, Arthur Templar. We have in the front their lieutenant. And then they each have one non-commissioned officer. All right. So, what do we need to know about 2 Hour Wargames? 2 Hour Wargames and their reaction system is based most fundamentally on reputation. You'll notice that each one of these guys and the units has a rep. The rep is what you're going to have to be rolling against in countless occasions as we go along, and you'll see that, by the way, I've got a lot of the game charts set up over here, and some of the... Just a really evocative picture of the cairns after Islandwana, but anyway. So you're going to be able to look, and that rep is what's going to be the key thing to worry about in terms of how these folks perform in combat. Each individual is led, again, by each unit is led by its leaders, and it follows the logical chain of command. If the lieutenant's not there, the master sergeant takes over, or one of the inferior sergeants. If the captain is there, he provides his leadership. You're going to notice that, and these were determined randomly according to the patrol. This is a patrol scenario. These were rolled randomly. Some of these guys are really good at what they do. Some of them are really bad. Higher is better. You have no 6s, but you do have a bunch of 5s. And you're going to want to be going into battle with your 5s. So now, lest I forget anything, we can dive right into the business at hand. This is a patrol scenario. This battlefield, randomly also determined, is divided up into 9 sectors. I'm pretty sure if you pull back on the map just a little bit, you can sort of figure out what they are. Even thirds. I was directed...
FYI, Brant and Captain Darwin are on the stream.
Hey, guys. Glad to have you by. Gonna go do that which is brave. In any event, we're going to divide it into thirds, each way. Your obligation, your mission, is to scout each one of the 9 spaces and drive off any of the enemy that is there. Prior to the start of the game, we determined that in each of these 3 areas, here, here, and here, represented by the very, very large Zulu warriors, by the way, for those paying attention to such things, this board is a scale 8 feet by 8 feet, and these units are 54 millimeters, so these are Britain size in scale. Your goal is to march onto the map and drive off any units that you find. These giant Zulus are what are called PEFs, potential or possible enemy forces. You don't know what they are. We're going to find out once you get... Exactly, they're blips. You find out what they are once you get line of sight. Line of sight is unlimited, obstructed on this map because, boy, we rolled weird for terrain, by this hill in the lower left, by this... We have this one here in the top middle, and by this one here at the top right. So right now, as things stand, and generally speaking, we would put the PEF in the dead center of the zone, but the rules direct that if there's a chance for the PEF to hide, it should do so. So this one top middle and this one top right are both hiding behind these hills. This PEF over here to the left is sort of hiding out of sight of this hill here to the lower left. Obviously, it'll be pretty easy to get LOS on it. But you won't know what it is until we get on and we roll some dice and we find out what might be in there. It can be nothing at all. It can be something very bad. Much like the blips that I think was Jason described, these things can move, will move, sometimes from cover to cover, sometimes directly at you, and they can split in two and create more of themselves. Let me tell you a little bit about what you guys got. If you want to take a look over here on these charts and tables, you are each armed, with the exception of your officers, with a rifle. It has a range of 24 inches, and it offers these levels of fire dice. And we'll talk about what that means when we get into fire combat. The only exception, of course, are the carbines that are held by the horsemen, and the pistols that are held by the officers. There you go. The tribal warriors, no secrets. I've decided, and basically the rules say this, they don't have rifles in this scenario. They are going to be armed with spears and their knob carries. So as you can see, they do have a slight range.
It's a little rough for you to be calling them knob carriers.
Sounds a little personal, don't it? And they're...
I know what carries are.
So they're going to come... They're going to come and want to punch you square in the face. So that's what they are equipped with for these situations.
Right. Yeah, they're clubs.
Yeah. They're big, nasty clubs that created some really hellacious wounds, but I move on.
Some of them were studded, but yeah. They also had some axes, but I don't think they were any.
And if you take a look at the figs, I've got the initial mobs set up at the far end on the Zulu table at the back. You can actually see that they are equipped with those.
Oh, neat.
So it's, they did... Whoever did these, by the way, I always give a shout-out to the modelers, even if I don't know them. They did a really wonderful job of creating these and letting us play with toys that for once in my life I didn't have to flip and paint.
So they're like maces with manure balls on the end?
I don't know about manure balls, but they're basically big, nasty hardwood maces. Yeah, that's right. All right. So, let's talk about troops. Your gentlemen, again, are here. You are each going to be commanding one of these companies, or, if someone wishes to take it, you may command this squadron. So, again, each one of you
I'll take the horsies.
You want the horsies? All right.
I'll take the horsies.
That's infantry on horse.
Doug Miller has determined himself to be Captain Arthur Templar, reputation of 5. He is commanding Lieutenant Andy Seacombe, rep of 3. He's good, not. And Lieutenant Sean Baker, rep of 5. So those are his boys, and he'll be moving them along, and we'll talk about them in a second. Anybody else want to call dibs on the other troops while we're sitting around?
We take whoever anybody else doesn't want.
Yep.
All right. Well, then maybe we'll just grab... I just want to make sure that whoever goes, that Captain Rudyard Funn goes along. Because Captain Funn is commanding his brother, Lieutenant Anthony Funn, who actually is the better soldier than his brother, which cracks me up immensely. So, troops. They can be in 3 formations. The British get a 4th. They can be in 4 formations. The first is column. That's what you see before you. It doesn't have to be 2 by 2. It just has to be longer than it is... It has to be longer than it is wide. And it has to be situated just like you see it here in terms of the positioning of the officers. One key thing is, however, this officer, the lieutenant, has to lead. One of the rules that Ed has insisted on in one of his errata sheets is that leaders lead. So when we move off, Lieutenant Funn has to move here to the front to join Sergeant Barnes at the tip of the spear, rather than having him skulk in the back. And yes...
Is it the same with the infantry? The captain has to move to the front?
It's not the captain. The captain can lurk in the back. But
the 2 lieutenants.
The lieutenants must lead the squadrons.
Oh, okay.
So that's the principle there. I'm just trying to get to my distance measurements. When moving these guys, I'll just do this for a demonstration. If you don't have a lot of experience with Tabletop Simulator, the physics here are way down, which is the way it has to be. You can click and drag all the way over them as I've just done. If you pick them up gently and move them gently, they will be very cooperative, just like that. We also determined, playing this game the other day, playing What a Tanker, that if you pick them up and hold them like that, and then hit your tab key, you get the automatic measurement you want. And that tells you how far you're moving.
Oh, yeah, cool. I know from past experience that you can also use your WADS key to continue moving after you've dragged things.
Correct.
But when you do that, there is a strong probability that they will start to cluster.
Yes.
That your pieces will start to cluster.
And
so I don't recommend doing that.
And that's why I speak specifically of being gentle. Yeah. It's to avoid that clustering. In order
and just see where you see. Make sure you can see where you want to put them to, so that you don't have to move your camera around to get them there.
Just so. Is there any reset key to stand them all back up if something happens?
No, there's not.
Not really.
I can.
Cyrano can do an undo, but
yeah, I can do an undo, but it can mess up a lot of stuff. Just we try to avoid it. It is possible if the worst happens, like when I tried to stick these guys on bases and they started whirling off like they were leaving a black hole.
So how is changing formation going to go? That's going to be rough, isn't it?
It is. Well, it's manual. It is manual. Although that's no different than if you're playing this on a tabletop. Let's talk about that. Before we go there. Movement in column, 8 inches for columns, 16 inches for horse. All right. Next, how about line? You change formation in this game as an action, and we'll talk about actions in a second. You form off the center figure. So whoever is front and center, you form to his left and right. Same way if you're going from line into column, or if you're going from anything else into square, which they can form. However, in line, which they can form, and by the way, line must be infantry bases touching to the best of our ability. We're friends here, so we're not going to be insane about it. But moving troops in line is 4 inches, cavalry 8. So double. The final one is open, where there isn't a lot of advantage to the Europeans to form open order, especially against these troops who don't have ranged weapons. But, should you decide to do it, open order requires you to insert up to a space in between each figure.
I was about to ask, does anything in the terrain force you to get into open, like the possibly rough-looking terrain over here?
No, none of this terrain was judged rough by the scenario creation. There's just the hills.
Got it.
That's an excellent question. When forming into line, you may go up to 3 ranks depth, but only the first 2 ranks may fire.
Mm-hmm.
In column, you can go as deep as you like, just like we talked about here, but only the front rank may fire or may melee.
When you say the front rank, do you mean in this case basically the officers?
It'll be those front 2 guys.
Or 3
If you get them caught in column, it's going to be a bad day, as you might expect, I guess.
Okay, right. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay.
So that is movement. That's really all there is to it. I think I want to move on now to talk about how the game is played. Each turn, we're each going to roll a die, the Zulus and the British. If we tie, we roll again. If we succeed, that will determine 2 things. First, whoever gets the higher number goes first. Second, the number rolled by your side determines which of your forces, by rep, can go first, or can move. What do I mean? If you roll a 6, you get to go first, but none of your guys get to move because you don't have any 6s. The Zulus actually do, I will tell you.
Oh, okay. I see. All right.
If, however, you roll a 4, and the Zulus roll a 3, you go first, and all your troops with a rep of 4, 5, and 6 get to go. And they move or act in reputation order. 6s go first, 5s go second, 4s go third, and so on. The critical range factor in this game is 12 inches. When troops get 1 foot away from each other, There's a series of reaction tests detailed on that sheet over there that are going to take a lot of the control from your troops out of your hands. You're going to want to making sure that when you get to within 12 inches of the enemy, that you're in the position you want to be. Because after that, it can often be too late, and your guys can be doing heaven knows what all. All right. You may, if you wish, roll to move fast. That is a choice. And this gives me an opportunity to talk about tests. This, along with reps, is the other key concept in the game. When you take a test, you're going to roll one of two ways. The first is against your rep, and the second is against looking for successes of different types. And it's better to explain it as they come up than any other way. So let's say I wanted to move quickly, and I have a reputation, because I am led by Lieutenant James Piffling, of 5. I roll 2 dice, and I rolled a 5 and a 3. That means I passed one of those 2 tests. On a pass of 1, I do get some bonus move. On a pass of 0, I don't, and a pass of 2, I get some even more. So the point is, I succeeded, I passed these tests. You may, as you're moving, go prone. I have prone markers set aside just for this purpose over here on the sideboard. That obviously advantages you in terms of being seen, but it does require an action to get up from, and you don't want to be prone when in melee.
That's the gone to ground. Okay.
That's gone to ground, correct. We'll turn now to this crisis table. You are obviously the European crisis table. This is a series of things that will require you to roll 2 dice against the leadership, against the rep of the unit, plus the leader die if you have a leader. So, what could make you do it? One is, for example, when you come within 12 inches of an enemy. One is if you want to charge at an enemy. One is if you're being charged. One is if you've received fire. One is if you've received a casualty. Notice this is different. This is just being shot at. This is being hurt. This is if you are within 6 inches and in sight of a running group. This is if your leader is killed. And this is after the whole battle. So that one doesn't apply. So we're going to take all those tests as we go. Firing is easier to explain when it happens. The last key concepts, and there's only 2 left that I have to get at. Sorry, go ahead.
Oops, Tuna dropped out.
Where'd he go?
Dropped out?
There you are.
Oh, there you are. Okay.
No, I said those 2 shots are exactly the same.
No, they're
middle
not.
and the right one.
Take a look at them. You'll see
This one's tribal.
Yeah, one's for the tribesmen. The other is for the Europeans.
Okay. Yep. Now I understand it.
Yeah. So the only 2 last things that I need to get after is breaking up your units if you wish to, and scouting. You may, because you have these NCOs, split your units in half, rounding down, and send them off with an NCO or a lieutenant. Any of these units may be divided in that way. I urge you to do it carefully. There's going to be a ton of Zulus on this map. Odds are. The second thing you may do, if you wish, is to send out scouts. This is also something that's a little tricky given the fact that you've got a PEF right over there. But if you wanted to, you can send out troops to scout in advance of your main body. How do you do that? You take 3 guys from the front and you send them forward of your main troops, hoping to get a look at one of the PEFs or one of these zones. What do I mean by
the command of a sergeant?
Correct.
Okay.
You send them out there, and they go looking. What do I mean by the zones? Again, your mission, if successful, is to see all 9 zones. Now, the lake, obviously, is one you're going to get for free, because there's nothing you can do about that. But that still leaves 8 others.
But the river.
It's actually by rule a lake. And if you take a look, you're going to see that there's a center point, pretty much obvious to see, in each one of these zones. When you come to within 12 inches of any of these center points, and I'll tell you if I think you are or you're not, but I think it's not that tough to figure out. If you come within 12 inches, there's a die roll to be made about what you see there. This represents guys that are hidden in the folds of the ground. This represents guys that maybe you just weren't paying any attention to, etc. The same is true when you get to the... Now, in these 2 areas here, there's an additional spot on the other side of this hill. You have to put your eyes over here. In this space and in this space. See what's over there. Maybe it's nothing. Maybe it's something. And kill it.
Oh, you have to get to the middle of the hill or something like that.
Yeah, well, or theoretically, you could...
I guess you could come at it from this side, yeah.
You could come over here and look over there and all that stuff. But over here, you're pretty much going to have to come up over the hill.
Okay.
So that's a lot. I think it's probably the best thing to do is get stuck in and make mistakes. So, Doug, you grab the horse. And so we want to go from left to right. Who will take Captain Desmond, Rep 5?
Hey, quick question.
Sure.
My mouse icon's gone to a ruler, and I can't get it out of that.
Click on the finger up at the upper left, or hit F1.
Or hit F1.
Got it. The other thing is my screen still says loading 30 at 85%.
Oops.
Okay, so you're still...
I think I can see everything. I see all the charts. I see the lake and the hills.
You're probably not getting all the toy soldiers.
I see all the blocks.
They're blocks?
Yeah. Okay. I see the blocks and I see the NCOs.
Okay.
I see the Gatling gun in the field. Artillery officers.
So as time goes on then, as you continue to load, they'll fill in.
At least your ping's not red anymore. You're getting green now and then.
Oh,
it's really good. Your ping was really bad to start with. It was like 900.
Okay. I didn't know if I should drop out for just a second and come back in, because it's been at 85% since early on.
I guess that would hurt. It's not going to mess with the recording.
There's nothing wrong with coming back. Just stay in the chat, but come on back.
Yeah, you may need to re-invite me, so I'm just going to do that real quick before we get going.
All right, I'll get you.
All right.
I'll be right back. I'm going to refill my drink.
Very good. And he is re-invited.
Yep.
While we're waiting a second, anybody have any questions right offhand other than everything?
No, I think we're good to start.
All right. You will notice, by the way, that each of your troops also has their own rep. Tragically, their own rep may be less than that of the leader leading them. That's a feature, not a bug.
Mm-hmm. That's fine.
I'm back.
Hello.
Why is it that my carabiners have infantrymen hiding in the middle of them?
Oh, yeah, I was going to ask about that.
Because I wasn't paying bloody attention? Holy cow. They were
tending the horses.
It's too bad they have rep. Okay.
Did I get rid
I wondered if maybe the horses toggled over to that and that was like dismounted.
No. That's a bug, not a feature.
Okay.
I'm not seeing it. You're saying it's infantrymen in my
There
were.
I made them go away.
Deleted them. I'm marking my guys to show that they're under my command.
Very good.
I'm doing that by right-clicking it, each of the pieces, and then going down to the first description and clicking on that, and then clicking at the front of the description and adding a Princess JRP.
work.
Should I take the last guy there, Herbert Koff?
You want Herbert Koff? Rep 3, that's the captain. Now again, he can hang in the back. The guys that are considered to be leading these units, unless the captain groups them, which he can do, but then that whole thing becomes the group, is the lieutenant. So Captain Koff leads both Lieutenant Pip Bloom and Michael Maudlin. All right.
Can officers and NCOs take command of other troops that are nearby if they're not a part of the original group?
They cannot.
Okay. That being the case, I better make sure I label all of them so I know which ones are mine in case they get separated.
And you can.
So who's taking?
And if you're doing that, Jason, you can lasso them and do that, right?
Yeah.
OJ, I took the last guy on the right. Koff.
So that
Koff?
Yep. So that leaves you with Rudyard Funn. I'd be heartbroken if Rudyard Funn didn't go.
All right.
So that's
that's
those lads there. All right. All right. So what we're going to do first is we need to clear this. Go away. Let's see what happens when we roll for initiative. Oh, I didn't put a die over here. Shame on me. There it is. Assume a die just rained from the heavens. There it is.
Must be a lot easier in real life where you can manage the pieces when they're tipping over and stuff.
I don't know. I've played a lot of Sword in the Flame, and especially because people, when they do these minis things, love to overbuild their terrain. And I played a game in the Northwest Frontier where you just could not get the troops to stand up. But no,
these guys going to fall over on the hill, do you think? Or?
It depends what you do. I've tried to minimize that. You certainly should not try to put them on the slope. How's that?
Yeah, I saw what happened to a tank last week.
Yeah, that's right. All right. So I'd need somebody on the British side to give me a dice roll. Just a 1. Single die.
Okay.
That's that dice roller down there?
I see it. Bonds. Cool.
Panzer Day gave me a 6. So it's a 6 and a 3. This is interesting because you're going to see, I look at my PEFs, and my PEFs, this one has a rep of 1, this one has a rep of 4, and this one has a rep of 3. Which means that though I would get to go first, I get to do nothing. Because none of my PEFs are able to maneuver given the present situation. Now Doug, he's rolled a 3 for you guys, which means everybody 3 and up gets to go in rep order. So you have no 6s, so anybody that's a rep 5 can go first.
All right, I've got a 5.
Who's that?
Your rep 4 didn't... Oh, never mind.
For the formation or for the officer?
Well, it's for the formation as led by the officer. So, for example, unless you link them, which you can do, but again, you're then creating one heck of a long column or line. If you link them under Templar, then they're one group as a 5. If on the other hand...
I'm all 4s.
Yeah, well, Templar's a 5, though.
Yeah, but I'm not going to link them.
Very good. So, therefore, your... Where'd your lieutenant go?
Up front.
Here. Oh, there he is. They're both 4s? Yep. So, yeah, they're both 4s. So, anybody got a 5?
I do. Unless I decide to have the captain.
I relabeled my guys, and it changed the names.
Oh. Well, you don't want to... You don't want to erase it.
Yeah, you erased it when you typed.
No, just because I did them as a group.
Oh, that's a pity.
So quick, undo.
We remember what they were?
Nope, hang on. Brace for time travel.
Is it going to hurt?
In my experience, undoing the first time doesn't necessarily work.
Correct.
Sometimes
you're
it doesn't, sometimes it doesn't.
Way back. It goes back a certain number of seconds.
Yep.
Yeah.
And you may have to go way back.
Fortunately, we didn't do anything. Anything yet?
Nope, there's still...
Well, I hate to do this to us, especially since OJ just loaded in, but there's only one thing to do.
It's okay.
Here it comes.
It's in, I think. Oh, what happened?
This is a fresh boot.
Oh, okay. Quick, save the game. Oh, no, it's a save. It's a.
This is where it's safe.
This is the save game. Yeah, this is the save.
Yep.
All right. So
Okay.
we all know, and I'm not that worried about the mixing up, to tell you the whole truth, because I think it's going to be pretty straightforward where we all go. Because if you all go in the same spot, you're going to get killed. I've seen this before, but we still have the question of Doug only has 4s. I believe, Jason, you said you had a 5.
I have a couple of 5s now. My captain himself is a 5.
Okay.
That would mean he brings both columns onto the table at once, right?
Right, but one at a time. One after the other.
Okay. Oh, I see. They'd be both traveling and understand. That might not actually be a bad idea.
Both my lieutenants are 4s. I mean 5s, but my captain's also a 4.
Now, one of my lieutenants a 5.
All right.
And I put him. I had him up at the front a minute ago.
All right.
For the reboot.
Yep. You've
Renaming
got,
everybody. It's this guy down here. It's Champion. It's Lieutenant Chapman. He's a 5.
All right.
It's Sergeant's of 5s.
I'm inclined, since I've got a 5 anyway, and my captain, to bring both of my people in column over here on the far side of the map and get them at least both onto the map.
All right.
And spread them out later. But I'm saying that because I don't know how... Are these things going to start moving themselves, or are they waiting for us?
They will start moving themselves. They just didn't have a chance to because of the 6 that I rolled.
Okay.
More importantly, if you put yourself there, you'll be able to see them. You'll be able to see this one over here, the PEF Rep 3. So once you park yourself and finish your move, we will have to resolve and see what that PEF is.
Okay, that's fine. I'm going to stay far enough away that my move onto the table, he'll get a chance possibly to move against me, so I want to make sure I'm far enough away he can't reach me.
Yeah. And also bear in mind...
Is that right?
That's right. But when you come within 12 inches of the center of any of these zones, you have to resolve that too.
Oh, that's true, and somebody could pop up out of the ground.
That's right.
Noted. Let me move up to my... Let's see. I was thinking about coming in on this side since that was the safest place to bring everybody in. I'm not sure I can get 2 columns in there.
Tank game, do you figure it out by rolling a dice to see how far they can move, or you just bring them in?
Nope, you just bring them in, and column moves 8, line moves 4.
I don't know how you're going to get any column in without immediately exposing them to attack.
If that's what's there. Can be
well, right, exposing them to a random chance of attack immediately upon entering the grid.
That's correct.
So don't bring them in column, bring them in on line.
That's what I'm saying.
Okay, all right. All right, if I've got the captain here, then I'm bringing both of them in line.
Yep.
Then, okay, so I can do that.
You sure can. You can hit the baseline in line, and you're going to want to form on and you're going to want to form on the lieutenants, right? And you put them behind them.
Yeah.
But...
How far in do they come? They're entering in. Okay, let's say I've got my captain here for safe purposes.
Sure.
I'm holding him down and using my mouse wheel, by the way. I'm holding left key and using my mouse wheel to rotate him, for those who don't know. Yeah. So if I bring him in here, then, oh, interesting. His thing takes on the,
cool.
His thing takes on the color. It's transparent. Okay. Well, I've got to bring him in enough that I can get 2 lines behind him.
Yep.
Or a line left and right or something.
Yep. You're gonna be bunched. If you try to angle this, you're gonna be bunched in there.
Yeah. Right. Okay. All right. Got to remember my lieutenants are at the front of each line when I bring them in. One moment. No way am I picking all of those up at the same time. I've got to... Do I need to line them up here first and then bring them in?
You enter the board and move as far... I mean, notionally, since we all know what you're doing, you've got 4 inches of move, so you can get to about there.
There. Okay, let me back him up just a little bit.
So that's 4 inches in.
Okay. All right, let's have him flanking in here. His company. Should the flag be behind him?
No,
I'm not sure what the...
No, the flag, it should probably set up like you put the lieutenant here, form him
and
there.
Have flag wing up. Okay.
Right, always to the right. And I'm not 100% sure. I'm going to try something very daring here.
Can you group them? Oh, okay.
That you can't do this.
You're a braver man than I was.
Yep, like that.
Okay.
And then obviously you're going to want to, in this instance, play a little fiddle and...
I was about to say, I'm not sure I can do them all at once.
No,
like
that
this.
won't work, but you can do this.
Yeah.
And that's not a whole lot different than fiddling with them if you had them on a tabletop. The one thing you can't do on a tabletop, unless you got a movement tray, I suppose, is move them like that. So, there's company 1. I'll go get company 2 for you.
Thanks.
Here you go.
And everybody can, when we're bringing our stuff in, everybody can help with the rotation.
Yeah, and there you go.
We'll do that for everybody.
Where's your Louis? Where'd that Louis go? There he is. Ooh, Sergeant Wakefield. I wanted to see him out on the field. Not too often you get a sergeant with a rep of 3 because they get a die roll modifier.
Bye, Louis. Oh, there he is.
Here he is. All right.
I'm going to back everybody up not back them up, but I'm going to move them to the right just a little bit to give the lieutenant some room.
There we go.
Wait till everybody's let go down.
Now the question is, since these are indeed, this is an 8 foot, so this is 2 feet, so this is, you're going to say it's right here. We now check. Perversely enough, you are not at 12 inches.
That's fine.
You're not at 12 inches just coming in that way. However, you do have LOS over to this guy.
Okay, we'll resolve that blip.
Yep.
For those who are listening in and don't know, blip is a reference to Space Hulk.
So, what we're going to do now is I'm going to ask somebody. There we go. Somebody want to give me the kindness of rolling a 1d6?
I'll let y'all do that while I'm...
We'll get a 5. We have previously resolved no PEFs.
I've got to back my people up a little bit. They're a little bit too far into the map.
Turns
so what
out
did the 5 do?
This, because we rolled a 5, I looked on the chart. This here is a false alarm. Would you quit being so jittery? Nothing there.
I'm just backing the troops up to 4 inches on the map.
Good
I
enough.
had moved them up a little bit too far.
And where did you see that on the? On which
Yeah,
chart
that's
did you
one
see this
chart.
at?
That's a chart I don't have here.
Okay,
these are-
that's fine.
These are the ones that they gave me that were convenient, unfortunately. And I'm gonna cut and paste another set so I have all of them so folks can look at them. It's a very small chart that is PEF resolution. What happens is the more PEFs you've resolved, the worse the results get.
Right, because eventually you're reducing the probability that you're increasing the probability that that's where the other people are going to be.
Right. So we looked over there and we said, "Oh, would you guys quit being so scared?"
Yeah. Okay.
All right. So, well done, Captain Desmond, rep of 5. We're still looking for rep 5s. Anybody?
Yeah, both of my lieutenants are rep 5.
Both your lieutenants? Your captain's not?
No, he's a 4.
Okay, so you're going to bring them in separately. And you have to bring them in one at a time, unlike him who brought them in as a group. This is one solid group, or a company. So,
all right.
I'm just going to make the observation, gentlemen, that you have a powerful cavalry force at your disposal that can scout, but if you move all of the infantry in front of it, it's not going to be really useful.
Well, okay, so, Doug, where do you want to move your cavalry into? Because you've got a 5 for a captain, right?
Well, but I'm not going to move the whole force on at once. I'm going to move them in 2 separate columns. So
you move first so you can get ahead of us?
No, but right. That's what I'm saying. We'll have to give up the rest of the turn.
Oh, because the cavalry goes last.
No. Right. Sean Baker's a 5.
Oh, that's true. He is. Yeah, Sean Baker could come on this time. Yeah. So we should probably move the cavalry on and let them start developing the picture.
Okay.
All right.
The only reason I brought my guy in was because it was available to bring
in.
Because
you have ADD.
Yes. Well, and in my brain, it's like, okay, we've established a corner. Now we can start moving from here.
Well, let me ask you this: do we all have to come in behind Jason now, or can the rest of us come on anywhere on the side of the map?
Anywhere you like.
Because what I was thinking is bringing my infantry in toward the left here and aiming for this lower left hill.
Oh yeah, try to get on top of the hill.
Sense. Yep.
Ooh, we're taking our first picture. That PEF was not real.
Now, Doug, I don't want to be in your way though either. So if
I'm thinking, let me come in sort of in the central sector and move to one side or the other. And given that you've got the hill here, probably the best thing is for me to move up in front of Jason's company towards that PEF over there.
Can he reach in front of me? There's a limit to how far they can go.
A cavalry in column can move 12, right?
Correct.
Okay.
All right. So why don't we bring Doctor Who on here?
Which one's Doctor Who?
Sean Baker.
Sorry.
He's Doctor Who's brother.
Forgive me, in column, you're 16 inches.
There we go.
Did you get that, Doug?
Yep.
Cool.
There we are.
You're looking around like crazy, guys.
Is he within...
Oh, that's a good question. Let's
not from my side.
Are you staying in a column?
You are just outside the center area, so you're safe at the moment from a surprise attack.
How are you finding that center spot?
It's just you're eyeballing it. I'm frankly eyeballing it, but I would agree.
He's the umpire, so his eyeball counts. Oh well,
that's
if you're matching it from here, he's within.
Let me take another look.
Yeah, I'd say we probably are in there.
Yep. All right, so you get a look there. We're gonna take a look and see what that is. Let's.
Hopefully, you're not about to get flanked.
You should put a post or something on the board.
They're cavalry. They're cavalry.
They're not.
So I mean, if the guys pop up in the middle, that's fine.
They can't run 12, maybe.
Well, 16.
Right.
Yeah, he can.
No, but but the infantry, the Zulu infantry, are not going to match the speed of running cavalry.
That's
Only over
You'd be
short
surprised.
distances.
that'd be an accurate statement. That would be an accurate statement. Oh my goodness. You got a 5 rep here, Doug? Yeah, you do.
Yep.
Okay, so why don't you give me a 2d6? Now what we're doing here is we're rolling against your rep, so we want to roll your rep or lower. So you got a 5, that's good stuff.
2 6s.
Not on
Oh my god.
Not 2 6s. Not 2
Is that
6s.
good or bad?
That's
One
bad.
low, okay, okay.
That's a
Alright,
double
yep, sorry.
failure.
Now we're going to see just how fast they run.
Last week, that would have been great.
Oh my goodness gracious. The
That's like a boss roll, the reputation he has.
all right,
Too
so
much gin.
that's all right. Well, no, since there was nothing there, no enemy seen or even suspected. This could go
How'd you find that out?
Again, this is one of those little tables I don't have on the map.
Okay, sorry about that. Yep,
No.
problem.
That's a fair question. So yeah, you took a peek over there, and it, yeah, there was not. So we'll have to
Is that as clear as
So
that
that's
as
good.
clear as
Oh,
clear
no.
can be?
Well, no, it's not clear as clear can be. There could
Okay,
be
no
some,
not seen and not suspected. In other words, you might not see anything, but you might hear something.
right.
But
it's-
neither is it as good as you can definitely make sure there's nothing there.
You-
It's not that good.
What you want to do is create the PEF in that space, because then you
Got
get
it,
to resolve
okay.
what's actually there.
We want Doug to
Okay.
see stuff so he can run away from it, but spot it for
Well,
us.
not
right?
just
Okay.
run away from it, so that you can get credit for having scouted all 9 hexes or
Roger.
squares.
Aye.
Do these boxes of cards have anything in them over in the corner?
That
here?
actually, take a look at what they are. This is so delightful. The name on there is the guy that did all these figs. Let me show you what you're talking about.
that's
Kendo's
cool.
Colonials.
Kendo is one of my heroes. He's a great guy. We've chatted a little bit online. He is the guy that does all these minis. He did all the ships that we did in the Age of Sail game. And he has a set of every colonial nation for Fire and the Sword and the Flame. So these boxes actually have all the figs in them. It's really amazing.
Interestingly, whenever I move my hand over it, I'm not touching it or anything. I'm just moving the pointer, and sometimes it's a red dot, and sometimes it's a blue
that
splotch.
dot, if you double click it, just closes the box.
Okay.
It's a conceit. I'm not that crazy about it, frankly. I wish you.
What does the blue splotch do?
The blue spotch means that it has 2 statuses, 2 states.
Oh, open and closed.
Right.
Okay.
So Doug has.
Odd.
So we have had. So we've I forget his name again. We have had Doctor Who enter the board. He looked around and, despite his best efforts, saw absolutely nothing. That was a rep 5. Anybody else got a rep 5 they want to move?
We have at least 3 other lieutenant left 5s, rep 5s.
All right.
And my sergeants are rep 5. I mean, does that mean I can only move them out and the officers stay back?
Correct. You would have to split your unit.
Which I don't want to do.
You really don't.
Yep. It's a crowded map anyway, so I'll wait.
I'm going to move both of my lieutenants and their units up.
Very good. You want to move them on in column, in line? Which one do?
I'm going to put them in line.
Very good.
So,
And so why don't you grab the guy you're going to orient from? That's great. And why don't you move him the 4 inches you're allowed in?
Yep.
Perfect.
It's probably better to pick him up and then
yeah.
from
I
this
was just
point,
thinking,
and then
about
he'll
right
hold down
there.
the tab. And yeah, I wish I had done that. And I
There you go. You get a little more than that because you're on the baseboard. A little more. There you go. Thing of beauty, joy forever.
here we go.
you maybe accidentally turned on a.
Yeah, I did.
Go click F1 or something, or go up to the
Yeah, I got it.
top.
I got it.
There you go. Nice. Just like that. Yay, toy sold. See, that's something you can't do on the tabletop, let me tell you.
Do a down roll. Oops. He's grabbed them all.
Yeah, I did. There we go. I still had it highlighted.
Mouse wheel down to rotate them direction you need.
Yep.
I'm a QE guy.
I'm going to go ahead and grab the other set while you guys are finishing up the rotations.
Sure.
That's right. That's how it
Where's
was.
Velker when you need him?
I'm telling you. Well, Velker's sitting over here playing Monster Hunter. Did they say hi?
Does he realize we need him? Tell him we have some turrets that need to be turned.
We have turrets that need turning. he gave me a face.
To the 10th degree.
Oh my goodness.
I always wanted to play Monster Hunter, and I've never gotten into it.
He loves it.
Mouse wheel up. Glad some of them have come over to PC.
Mirth, don't drop the figs. I feel your pain, my friend. I feel your pain.
Oh, is Mirth watching this?
Yeah, he is.
He's seeing me drop the figures?
Is it live stream? Oh, it's live streaming.
Yeah,
right.
we're live streaming. Still like it. Still like it. All right. Any more fives?
What have we got? We do have one.
Because these guys are
We
off.
have Marlowe.
These guys are not being everything keys off of how many guys we have, so it doesn't matter that these guys come on or don't. So I'm going to actually take these guys. So wavering is not commanded by anyone. These guys are not, so they go away.
Oh, we're not command. Oh, okay, all right. Well, bye.
Yeah,
And then,
What happened?
And
that's
both
my-
of his
all
people-
their troops?
Both of his people came on. Well, because we're not commanding. Nobody's playing.
yeah, we got
them,
nobody's
so
playing them.
Might as well get
Okay.
rid of them, so
And
we don't
these-
get
and
confused.
these-
Because otherwise, I was
I
sitting
should've
going, "We
texted
can
now.
put these three on."
And these
And that's
pet-
my captain that's
Yep.
a 4. So
He can't
doesn't
come in
on
yet.
Yep.
Okay, so this NCO's a 5. I guess he could bring his
Yeah.
line on.
yeah, but that
Yeah, but I wouldn't split them from their lieutenant.
right.
Okay. Well, Sergeant Kieran Boxendale's a 5.
Yeah,
He
we
can bring both of
we
his lines.
discussed that. I'm not bringing my
All
guys.
It besides, it doesn't matter.
Some reinforcements.
Because well, no. Also remember.
Oh yeah.
The Zulus aren't going. The Zulus got nothing right now. They're stuck because they rolled 6.
Oh.
So you're all moving for free for once. It's just a question of what order you move in.
We also rolled a 3, so your 4s get to come on. They
Yep.
just don't come on until the 5s are done.
Correct.
Whoa, okay.
Well, so I can go ahead and just move I know my captain's a 4, but
Yeah.
we know where he's going to
Yeah,
go.
you
He's
can-
not going to
you can
interfere
park
with
up there.
anything.
Yeah.
Just
Sure doesn't.
Okay.
clean up
well, I guess
things
that's
a little
it.
bit.
Time for the force to move.
Yep. Who's coming?
Well, there is a captain. The cavalry captain is a rep 5. He could come on, I guess.
Yeah, but Doug again doesn't want to move his guys.
Okay.
Yeah, he can come on, but Doug may want to move him with the other one. But Doug is pretty clear that he doesn't want to move these guys as a big group.
Okay. Well, and the other guy's rep 3, so he can't move. Or maybe, well, what did we roll? 4?
We rolled a 3.
3.
Okay, so he can come. This guy can come on eventually once the 4s get on.
Yes.
Okay.
So is Cyrano the Zulus?
That's me.
Yeah.
Zulu.
We shouldn't talk out loud. He can hear what we're thinking.
The cool thing is, it's not
So-
up to me anyway. Go ahead. Sorry.
Doug, where were you thinking about moving your second set of cavalry?
I'll probably, depending on where we've got some space, again, I'll bring the column on.
Well, I'm not moving this turn, right?
Do you
Yes.
you want to bring if we brought the second set of infantry up here in the center? You put
Right,
your
the
second line of
cavalry can come on right there.
But
Yep.
then I'd
Yeah,
lose
in
all my
between.
leaders, right? Only the sergeant can go?
No, we rolled a 3. So
Nope.
3, 4, 5s, and 6s can come on this turn.
But there's an order.
Okay,
So-
so it was a different turn then. Okay.
No.
In the beginning,
No.
it had to be 5, I thought.
No, it was.
No.
We're just counting down. We're counting
Okay.
Yeah,
down.
Oh,
there's
the
an
order
order
they
for
count. Okay,
deployment.
okay.
Yeah,
It's a
All right.
deployment order.
It's also for all activation. It's 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Actually, 6543, or in your case, 543.
Right. But the reason that the deployment order matters somewhat is because sometimes we are getting close enough to check. Like he was over here, he was close enough he could check, and that might have spawned something.
Yep.
Or when I came on, I could see line of sight over here, and that might have spawned something.
Correct.
And that might make a difference in how the deployment wants to go later in the turn.
Correct.
Right. So you can bring your companies on independently at 4 when we get to 4, or you can wait until we get to 3, and you can bring the entire group on.
Oh, I see what I did. I get how this scouting works. Hey, Doug.
Yeah.
For your guys over here.
Yeah.
You came in, scouted the space. I need you to roll a 1d6.
I wondered if because we did that the first time.
Yep. Okay, this space, lower middle, is clear.
Okay.
This is clear.
Yeah, because that's what we did over here. So
Yeah.
we know we have these two clear at this point.
No, this one is not. You have not moved within 12 inches of this center point.
Oh, I thought he rolled on that.
Nope.
Okay.
No, he was rolling for that
Yeah.
unit that was up north of the hill
Right.
there.
He rolled on that pepper.
Oh, yeah, that's right. That's right.
So okay,
Yep.
so we got one clear space right there.
Yeah.
I'm
Right.
gonna-
Well, I've got room. I could bring the second column across. Across Jason's front when we get to 3 and clear that one.
You're just gonna have Zulus chasing you.
Yep. Well, but I've got a base of fire there, so if I roll out,
you do. Here's
So
the
yeah, I
plan.
made a fire base.
Yep, that's my point.
That's not insane.
I'm fully in favor of this plan. Send forward the scouts.
The Natala Carabiniers.
All right, so is that what we're doing? We're sending the cavalry now. We're taking the 3s.
Well, the first thing is I just want to be clear: is Herbert Koff's? Herbert. How are you coming on? Because you've got 2 lieutenants that are 4s.
Right.
What you want to do?
Well, I want to wait and keep them together, right?
Well, right, but I'm saying at a 4, you can come right on right now, straight ahead here.
All right.
And it's clear. We know it's clear. So
Yeah, we know that this is a clear
it's safe.
space.
Right.
We're not going to trigger anything.
And actually, you've got the easiest thing of all. If you want to move in column, do you?
Since it's clear, I can do that.
You can.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's safe. It's safe.
it's safe. So what you can do is this. And then we get to there. And then we're just going to... There you go.
But the lieutenant's got to be in front.
Yeah, we'll move him to the front.
Oh, okay,
Because
okay.
he's just got to hit your tab key there.
Hold it down at the same time.
Yeah.
There.
And you've got...
Yeah, you're too far back.
Yeah, give yourself better credit than that. And
I knew that was about to happen.
I got him.
Trying to get to the point where I could start them.
At least it didn't run between the table and drop into the void.
It's like about... See, because it'll net. So we got the guy in the front, right?
Okay, now tab it.
12 inches.
Oh, that didn't work at all.
It did.
Did it?
Mm-hmm.
I'm seeing a line drawn from the back.
It doesn't...
I am
right,
too.
it would be. Because remember, this front is what's moving 12 inches.
Okay.
No, but I mean the
Oh,
back
duh.
of the board
Yeah,
is
yeah,
supposed
yeah,
to be
yeah.
the edge of the
Yeah,
map.
I understand it. Yeah, I understand.
No,
Yeah,
this
it's
guy
relative.
in the front moved 12 inches.
He did. He moved 12 inches.
Which is all you get.
If the guy in the back moves 12 inches, the guy in the front moves 12
Right.
inches.
Exactly.
Yeah. It's proportionate. It's fine.
Old school minis.
Geometry is...
Keep them moving. You got a little more. You make them even. Those 2 guys would move the exact same distance.
Right.
So you want to move them up just a tiny bit more. Just like that. See? Cool.
But he has to be up here, right?
He
What happens
does.
to my captain? He has to wait.
Yeah,
The leader has to lead.
What's the captain at?
And that means we'll
he's
have to move them back just a little bit.
Herb Koff is still at the back. He can't be on the board yet. He'll be there. That's fine. But that does crack me
He'll
up.
be on it. Yeah, we did roll a 3, so he can come on.
Yeah, he'll be
so
on. That's,
we know where he's going to be.
Just so you know, this does matter in combat.
Yeah, exactly. I understand.
Yeah, it's funny now, but... All right. So that's the 4s. Doug, what you got?
Actually, he is.
All right. Andy Seacombe's coming on.
Who's this? Oh, it's Andy Seacombe. Okay. Thought you were making a joke again.
It is kind of a joke in a way, because
So
he's
these are geek
cavalry and
names I'm supposed to know, right?
he's looking for them. He's seeking them.
I like it.
Seek him.
Uh-huh.
That has to be by accident.
I don't know. And you're and Captain Templar is in the back.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
And that, ladies and gentlemen, is one turn.
What, we don't get our Gatling gun?
You didn't bring the Gatling gun.
We didn't bring it this time.
The Gatling gun is equivalent to one entire troop.
Yeah. So
It's nasty. All right. So now I will ask somebody to give me a die roll of 1d6, please. Where did my die go? Oh, that's
get rid of the. We need to get rid of these. Right.
You can clear
Delete them off.
You can clear them.
How do you clear them?
You should be able to hit the.
Yeah,
That
one's
one
not
was one
disappearing.
that was there at the start. You'll have to delete that, Jim.
You can't just throw it off the table?
Shit. No, the problem is this game is too efficient that way. It'll throw it back in the middle of the lake. It'll say, you must have dropped this.
Slate deep.
Let me get my die there. And you and the 6s.
Okay, we rolled a 6.
Okay, that's going to be a problem, because that means nobody moves.
Yeah. Right. Nobody has a 6. Nobody's.
I got a 2.
Oh my God! Everything's gonna move.
Here we go.
All right, I'm ready. Bring it. Bring it.
I repeat, Zulu. All right, here come my boys. All right, I just got to get to my PEF movement. This is a movement table I'm looking at. Let's see. We'll do it in PEF order. This is, by the way, you notice I've got
Overwatch.
I've got a PEF with a rep of 1. This is so great.
Oh, he can't move.
No, he can though. Oh, that's right.
Oh,
no,
yeah. Why?
No, I can't. I cannot because
Yeah,
I rolled a 2. So I
only
get
rolled a
1
2.
PEF at a rep of 4. Doug, would you do me the kindness of rolling 2d6, please? All right, he's a PEF 4. You'll notice I passed 1 by getting a 4 or better. I failed 1, which means I get 1d6. This tells me if it is in the open, it will move. It is not. Or, if it is in cover, it will remain in place. He is in cover. He will remain in place. This guy right here, he's got nothing to do. So that was a pretty exciting activation for everybody concerned. So somebody want to roll off another 1d6, please?
I roll
It's clear
6s.
first.
Does somebody else try it?
I'll give it a try.
Oh, I see the little clear button does it. Okay. Cool.
There you go.
Oh God!
Dude.
All right. Well,
Who's rolling that?
Most importantly,
It must be tea time.
yeah, that's Tiffin. 6 and 6 would be a tie anyway, so it doesn't matter. But we re-roll.
Are we supposed to be doing 2 dice? Oh
Nope,
no.
1d6. Ooh,
Okay.
a 5 and a 3. Interesting. So I'm going to get to move one of my 2 PEFs. We know that. And you guys get to go first and move anybody that's got a 5.
Where did you roll?
5 or less.
Oh, you're moving over here. Oh, I see. You're over here. Okay.
Correct.
I thought you were up near the Zulu, rolling up here. Okay. Let's see.
All right. So my goal is to get my 2 lieutenants and their troops can move, but my captain can't. My goal is to get them up here to the top of this hill.
All right.
All right. My whole company can move 4 inches straight ahead.
If you're in line, that's correct.
Yeah. But
Yep.
I mean, if we, it'll be another turn before we can move close enough to trigger whatever's in the middle here, I guess.
And no, Doug, it's that rep or higher.
Oh, okay.
That's
Yeah.
So
yeah,
we rolled.
Yeah.
that's-
Sorry.
that-
Oh, we rolled a
yeah.
5, so it's only 5s who
Yeah.
can move.
only 5s go.
Got it. Okay. So let me go ahead and.
Now you've got Captain Desmond, who can lead that group
Yeah.
forward.
Yep.
There they go. Okay, now you are going to trigger that spot.
Yeah, that's fine.
And now,
Cavalry's got his flank covered.
now what you got to do, since you stopped there, is let me flip back, flipping between two tables. Give me a 2d6, please.
Wait for us.
You have somebody on the British side would roll a 2d6.
Is that
Against a
Jason's
rep-
turn? Or?
I'll do it. Yeah, it's
Against
my
a
turn
rep
anyway.
of
So I'll do it.
5.
D6. I've got 4 and a 3 is a 7.
So that's past 0. All right, roll 1d6.
Six.
There is nothing in that that sector either. So you have cleared 2. Well done.
We got someplace tracking that.
I am. I got it right. I'm writing it down.
Oh, okay. Okay.
I mean,
okay.
technically, what I was tempted to do, now that I thought about it, was to write it right here, but that would be unaesthetic.
All right.
Also,
I'm
the
gonna
writing tool in this game is screwy.
It is. It is. I'm getting better with it, but I'm not a fan.
I'm going to cause problems here by just being on the side of the hill.
Well, what we're going to do is we're going to credit this, basically. We're going to figure out
I was
how
gonna
far...
say-
Take your leader and figure out how far he could go, and we're just going to spot off that. So
Right,
he
because
could...
otherwise, just people will fall.
Yeah,
fall
you're
off
not
the
going to make it
slope.
up that hill. So
Right.
we know you're about there.
No. So what I was just going to do is just come to like about right here.
Well, I want you to get your full move, though. So we know, just what we want to do is we go to the captain, and we just...
Well, the captain can't move.
Oh, okay, so you're just
He's
going
a
to...
4.
Oh, okay, so you're going to break his larger group, so you're going to move Anthony Funn. And Anthony Funn, he actually could get right here to the foot of the hill, so that's as far as you could go anyway.
Right.
So that's cool.
Do this again.
I'm not entirely sure I have cleared my square. I mean, I'm not sure that I've reached the center of the. Wouldn't the center of it be like?
You have to
like
be
here?
within a foot.
Ah.
Oh, I have to be within a foot of the center. Okay,
Correct.
okay.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
I'm well within. Okay.
Anthony Funn was not having that. But you're good.
And then he too can move his 4,
All right.
which should put them right there in line together.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
There we go.
Logic would dictate. Anybody else got a... Doug, you rolled... Oh, no, sorry, that was... OJ's
Yeah.
dead. What did you roll? You rolled a 5?
Rolled a 5. Yeah,
Yeah.
he rolled 5.
Any other
Originally.
5s? Any other 5s?
Well, Captain Arthur Templar will move the entire squadron.
Oh, well, here he goes. Then, and it would be fair because he could do it. Put him up here at the front.
Right.
Templar leaders lead. This is going to be awesome.
Select them all. Drag click. Oops, you rulered.
Yeah, I forgot to grab him first. And, of course, I only grabbed him.
Yeah, select like that.
A box is your friend.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I had him boxed before, and then... There we go. Ready?
Yeah.
And that is, you have to move. You have to keep it straight ahead. You can only pivot. You slide. You don't turn. You know what I mean?
Oh.
That's weird. Those tiny little boulders are what's tipping them over, huh?
Yeah, I'm regretting them now. Wait, how much am I regretting them?
Can they be on the side of something?
Enough
That's cool.
Enough to get rid of them. Not unlike...
So he can't rotate the column like this. He has to turn it back around straight.
That's actually a separate action.
So he's moved. He's made him oblique march.
He can. This is legitimate. Now, the one thing I didn't say because it hasn't come up. The Europeans, because of their higher level of training and drill, can do 2 actions a turn. They just can't do any of them twice.
Okay, so he can move and then pivot.
Right.
But he couldn't move. He could, or pivot.
Exactly.
Well, this is good enough. That keeps Jason's front clear.
And you're not closer to anything. So we're good. Yeah, you're a good distance away from that bad boy.
Yep.
All right, and these are what? These are, well, what you got? 4 and 4.
He has some sergeants that are fret 5.
But then you're talking about splitting up his troops.
Yeah.
Which I don't know what he wants to do. So we're about done there, I think. Because I got nothing. I would like it at some point. Oh, that's not true. I have something. I rolled a 3.
Oh, yeah.
Which means I get to check on this path.
Which path?
The path 4. Behind the hill here.
Oh, yeah. Okay, sorry. My brain was... Okay, got it. Understand. It's down to 3.
Yep.
Right. Okay.
Somebody want to give me a 2d6, please? Pass 0. Outstanding. It sits in place. It is... That sucker is not going nowhere right now. Okay. And this guy can do nothing. That's it, right? Next turn.
That's it.
1d6 from somebody on the good guy's side.
Oh, gosh.
That's me, of course. I get to go first, but I get 1 guy, so again I need a 2d6. I passed 2. That's a new one. All right. Can I get a 1d6, please? And 1. All right. Staying put. I got nothing. This is not exciting. I am not being exciting right now. So, you guys get to move everybody. Do you have any 5s?
Oh, yeah. I might as well just keep marching straight forward.
All right.
I'll be keeping an eye on these
yeah, let me
boulders up here.
You know what, I hope you all enjoyed them. They were intended for decoration.
They were nice.
They look like realistic terrain.
But sometimes...
And just like realistic terrain, your people stumbled over them. 4 inches.
Yeah. There's something of Marshall Grouchy in this, I must say. Don't worry, we'll get there. Don't you worry. Any other 5s?
Yep, mine.
I'm not going to move the whole squadron.
All right.
He could wing his cavalry. Sean Baker could wing his cavalry off if he wanted to.
Yeah. Right. Yeah, and I'm gonna move him into line.
You're
But
gonna.
we'll let OJ move first if he wants.
Okay. You gonna stay in column, OJ?
I'm in line.
You're in column at the moment.
I am? No, that's
He's
Oh,
on the left,
sorry.
he's on the
Sorry,
left.
I was staring at Tuna's guys. I'm an idiot.
I'll be right back and get water.
All right.
all right.
So how far?
So
you
highlight them all.
Yeah. Well, I think the thing is, though, is are you going to be able to? Yeah, you're still not going to be able to get all the way up there. Not in line,
Right.
anyway. So you might as well just
Not-
move your one guy to the top as sort of a marker. Because you're also not at the military. Are you going to have line of sight? No, you're not. Okay. I would just use him as your marker that your guys
Yep.
are going to form
Right.
up on. And,
Yeah.
frankly, we're just going to know that you owe about a half an inch.
Okay. That's fine.
You might be able to text smart too.
Let's try that. Yep, same deal. You're going to owe
Not
about
quite far enough.
half an inch. Okay.
Yeah, I need to zoom in more to see that slight there. All right.
Yeah, there's a curve.
So that's, and I probably should have him. Despite everything, I know they're facing that way. And this is perfectly fine as a marker. All right. So these guys are done. These guys are done. Where do you want the captain? Oh, he's a 4. Yeah, he can't go yet. Any 5s, Doug? I think. Did you want to move your?
Yep. Lieutenant Baker's headed out. I got to move the captain out of the way here to do the.
Bummity
selection.
bummity 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 bum bum bummity bummity bum.
Now we're getting sound effects. This is great.
Theme music.
Understood.
That's the Zoives, the zoo, the how do you say that? Zoo
Zoavs?
Zoavs. Here we go.
All right. So if
They've
they're
got
in
their kazoos
line,
and they're doing the Doctor Who film.
they move 12 in line or 8.
Give me just 1 second, and I'll have that answer for you.
Think it's 8.
I am learning which one of these charts I'm going to need to make sure I bloody well have down there.
Feel like it's gonna be 8.
Yeah, because it's half of the column.
That's correct.
Well, are they gonna wing out on either side of them?
Yeah, I mean, Doug, you should form to the center. But the other thing he can do, he can move this way, which he's doing, which is fine. And then as his second action, he can form column.
You have to delete the boulders from first or later?
Yeah, let me get rid of this, Doug. Little rock inconveniences, which I clearly strewed so willy-nilly.
You carefully measured where to put them?
I did. And this is Doug's second action.
Right. Mouse rule up. Am I slightly... I can't believe that I was turning them all to like 1 o'clock.
Very nice. Proper gentleman.
Should the sergeant be back here on the corner, or does he need to be somewhere else?
He's fine there. In this instance, he's fine. The
Well,
commander-
actually, in a Roman commander, that probably would be correct.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. He'd be on the far left, and then there'd be another guy over here.
Before Doug goes any farther, let's see how we feel about this.
I feel pretty good about it. It's within.
Yeah,
I think it's
that's
within
that's,
the 12.
that's 12 inches. So, Doug, why don't you, let's see here. The guy scouting is going to be the man himself. So, why don't you give me a 2d6, please? That's a pass 2.
Mm-hmm.
Look at that. A proper good scouter. Let's see what he sees. 1d6, please. That space is clear. Half, so a third of the way home.
Who's got the cavalry? Is that OJ Dan?
No, just my one captain.
Panzer D.
4.
Yeah, it's Panzer that's got the other 5. What you doing with this? What you doing with? Or you're not leaving Templeton, and Seacom is a 3, so he can't go.
Right. So I'm leaving the captain back there with him.
All right. So what you feeling like, Tuna?
Moving towards this cavalry column, so at least I know that there's been a reconnaissance has happened. If I go in a column on the other side, I could get hurt, right?
Yes, that is true. That is true. Depending what comes out of there.
So what's my distance?
4 inches. Get rid of this one rock. Oh, it's a hand.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, it's 8 inches. I'm sorry, I was looking at the line again. You got 4 more to go.
Huh? Oh, he's in column, so he can move 8 inches.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. There you go. Pull him back a little bit, because you grabbed a little extra.
Yeah.
There you go. Cool. All right. So these guys are good where they are. These guys are moving up here. This column is moving this way. All right, here we go. Now I forget. What did I roll? I rolled a 3. Am I right about that? Yes. No, then I rolled a 4. And that guy... Right, so I must be done. Excellent. We ready for next turn?
Yep.
1d6. For the
5.
love of gravy. I win initiative and move no one. You move your 5s.
You sure Berth isn't rolling for you?
But the thing is, he couldn't roll a 6 to save his life. And now I'm rolling 6s.
Oh, I might as well wing my whole crew forward.
Yep.
Not wing them.
OJ's dad's company must be from a different regiment. He has brown hats.
You should move back into column formation there, JP.
I changed them.
That's reasonable, come to think of it.
Somebody said that they were changing their men's to match their hand color or the color that they were playing, so I did that just so I could distinguish them.
Yeah,
I've
Jason,
got
that's not a bad idea, moving column behind that cavalry screen.
Yeah, because I'm behind the cavalry screen now. I set up the fire base, and
You changed the tint color. That's pretty sharp. Nice.
Wink. I'll rotate everybody later after I move them. All right, my first action, I guess, is to change
Correct.
position.
Mm-hmm.
My formation.
Perfectly done.
Not quite.
Better than most.
Close enough. Okay.
That's what he's doing.
And then... And now that he's in column, he can move 8. Infantry.
Correct.
Column. Okay.
Hey, real quick before you move, did we need to see if there was anybody at the top of that hill when I moved earlier?
Oh my goodness! Yeah.
We just left you to the slaughter.
Oh,
I
wasn't paying attention.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. Before you can actually.
That's what I'm saying, Jason. Before you move.
Yeah, let's see what happens here. So that's a great point. Let's see who's scouting. That would have been. Who did you send up there first? Piffling or Fun?
Well, they're both 5s.
Yeah. So let's say it was Fun, just because I
Piffling.
like that. It's Fun. Why don't you give me a roll? It's 2d6,
Okay.
please.
12.
Ooh.
That is a
Boxcars.
That is a failure of both. So you have no idea what's actually there, but you do have to roll a 1d6.
Two.
And this base is clear. It's a scouting table. So the first one is for the scouts. They can determine it, but you've gone the extra step to put somebody over here, and so it's this one is clear.
All right. I just realized that. Wanted to point
No,
that out
that's-
before Jason moved his troops in case
That's an
it
excellent point.
impacted what we needed to do.
So, Jason, you were moving your guys 8 inches, I think?
Yep. Should I start moving them a little to the left, maybe? Let me think about this. Hang on, let me bring it back. I'm trying to think ahead of positioning to work with the hill upstairs.
Well, Tuna's going to be coming around the right side of the lake there.
Yeah, true.
So you may
Yeah, I
want
should
to
be.
stay.
Well, eventually I want to line. I'm still going to want to line. I'm not going to try to go around the hill and column and face this guy who's probably going to still be here because he can't move anywhere. He's a PF1. So odds are pretty good he's still going to be there when the time comes.
It is Mirth's view that the Zulu are not here, they're actually sacking London. Now, just so you know,
too much.
These PEFs are just what the PEF is. They get their own rep once they resolve.
Noted. If they were resolved.
If they ever do.
Yeah. Oh, which they will eventually.
Yeah.
Curiosity. You'd have to cross that tangent before you can see them. Okay. It'd be better. In this case, it's going to be better for someone to come in from this direction and try to get up onto the hill up here. Therefore, he's screened from either of these people seeing him.
So I'm going to pretty much run the cavalry up there and send scouts up to the top. So you might as well just come up behind the cavalry screen and be ready to deploy in line.
Left or right from that point. Okay. Yeah, you're right. You're right. Okay. I'm overthinking this.
I like the way you think, Miller.
I mean, I'm a cavalry commander.
Yeah. You're true.
My goal is very much like it was before the Battle of Istlandwana. Hey, look at all the guys over there.
Yep.
Okay.
We still doing
Other fives?
Fives, right? Any other fives?
Yeah, I got my guys.
All right, just move your.
Oh yeah, your people can move.
Move your tokens.
Yep.
They're 5 inches.
You want to go ahead? Oh well, now wait. You want to go ahead and run them? You could.
I'm going to keep my guys in line.
Fairly safely move in column one time. The center of it's going to be here. So there's the 12 inches, more or less.
What are we thinking? That I can put them in a column because they're right here technically, right? So I can move them up 8 inches, which would put them about right there.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. That should still be safe.
Right.
Well,
yeah, right. You borrowed about half an inch.
What's that?
You're not.
Oh, yeah, about
you borrowed about half an inch
inches
last time, so you want to go about 7.5.
7.5.
Yep. Thank you, Doug.
Brant's commenting that nobody's fired a shot yet. Yeah, that's exactly the
right
way
there.
This is the way this worked in the Anglo-Zulu War. That's the problem. There was a whole lot of no shooting, and then there was everybody dead.
There we go.
Do any of these guys have spears? They all look like they have carries.
They're no. I picked the guys with carries. There are guys in the box. I don't think you're going to want to try to do that yet.
No. Okay.
No.
You could swing them to the side and just say they're called.
You could do that too. The
You
other
can put them in front of them and just say your lieutenant's in front.
Yeah.
Just
It's
yeah.
fine.
It doesn't matter.
You're placeholding.
Yeah.
Good job.
That was well done.
Thank you.
Says last week your Sherman would have been over on its side and upside down.
I'll tell you what.
All right. So now,
You can drop a temporary note there saying they're in column.
I think we all remember it anyway. But
yeah,
Okay.
we'll remember.
all right.
Maybe.
Okay.
All right, so Lieutenant Baker is going to trot forward in his scouting role.
Okay, that's okay. Baker though.
I think he's already moved.
Yeah, he's already moved and deployed. So he's
Okay, so we're still on that turn.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
We're still on that turn. We're still resolving the fives.
Gotcha. All right.
Now, Captain, this guy could move.
Yeah,
Now
Cost.
I'm keeping him with
Okay. So
Yeah, but I'm saying the rest
Templar
of
and
his-
Seacom are going to stay here.
well, when it's time for the threes,
Oh, got it.
I'm going to move Seacom.
Okay.
And then what are you going to do with Captain?
I'm going to keep him with Seacom.
Yeah.
Seacom's got a rep of
Oh,
3.
okay. Because otherwise, what happens? It's not like the captain can move these guys. If the captain moves,
Right.
all of them have to move.
Right.
He has to move the whole squad.
I understand. Okay.
Okay. So what we've got here is Maudlin Bloom under Cough. Which one you want to do?
I can move them both up
Yep.
8, right? Since that's clear, the pond or whatever.
Yep.
Yeah.
Get you a ruler. There you go. Nice.
Wait a minute. I was just
So Jay
thinking.
gets
Since we know this area is clear over here, and there's a lot of force moving up, it might have been better to start working our way left around the lake to help support him, because we don't know what's he's going to be facing.
Well, I'm fine.
Okay.
Well,
Because I don't know that I'm going to keep pushing forward. I'm going to stay back here around toward the top of this hill, because nothing can really get between the hill and the lake.
Well, it
to
bears
get around
remembering
back.
that he's coming over the crest of this hill here, and he's got to take a peek over eventually. Once you get to the military crest, remember he changed to column. Once he gets to that military crest, which he's about an inch short of, he checks and sees if there's anything hiding down there.
Can be a
I
famous
can go ahead
Zulu ambush moment.
Uh-huh.
I mean, but
And
there's...
I can
Murph says he'll be
I can
fine.
go ahead and
He'll be fine. Okay.
Thanks.
Mirth is sacrificing you.
Thanks for that.
Why am I thinking
It
Custer?
puts some excitement into the stream.
Yeah.
As opposed to this mighty stream of maneuver. All right. So so Doug, you said you wanted to move up Seacom.
Yep.
All right. Now would be the time.
So what I actually was intending to do was to go to the left of the lake.
Oh.
But I'm not sure I've got the room to do that now.
Let me no, because it's a 45-degree forward. Let me see what you're allowed to do.
You can rotate and move, but I have to get out of the way.
Let me. It's been a while since I looked at that. One of your two actions can be to change facing any way you want, but the problem is,
Tuna's in the way.
Cough's boys are going to be in the way.
Yeah. Yep. Well, I guess we're gonna move them forward and move them towards this other hill. So we'll scout that direction. So I'm gonna got two actions.
Yes.
All right, I'll move them in column and then change them into line.
Very good. That's allowed.
So do only cavalry have two actions?
Nope. All European units. But again, you can't do any of them twice.
And that just makes sense. It's not like you would want to. I turn into line, and now I turn into column. That's it. That's my turn.
Right.
What would that accomplish?
What it really, to me, gets to is...
you can't move twice.
You can't move twice.
Yeah.
And you can't shoot twice.
Oh, we get to shoot in this game?
Is shooting in this game?
Okay, the Ladia... I'm not going to feel bad when it happens, okay? I'm just not. I was going to feel bad, and now I'm not.
I thought we were on safari.
Yeah, you're all a bunch of funny people. I get it. Okay, that's fine.
Are there any giraffes in this game?
Oh, good lord. And that's Templar. Okay.
When the gene stealers start boiling up out of the grass, then we'll all be sorry.
Boiling up a nice one. Well put.
Yeah.
Sure, that's Zulus or gene stealers.
6 and 2 3s.
Zulus versus gene stealers.
Sweet. Gotta get that.
That might actually be orcs. Yeah. There are rules actually for using other things than Space Marines and Space Hulk.
Oh yeah. Well, no.
So you can do Necrons and Eldar and orcs and
that book is
regular
huge.
Space Marines.
All right, so we're all good, I think.
Yep.
Yeah.
I think so.
All right, let's roll for some initiative.
Haha, 5.
2.
Lovely.
I like that, actually. Although Dummy doesn't get to go back there. What is wrong with you? Did your mother love you enough? All right, 5s, and the 5s go.
It's the drop.
I'm thinking his mother maybe moved too much.
Yeah.
It was the dropped on their heads, impy.
All right. Hey, Jason, how about you let me go first since I'll get a sighting report with my guys.
Sure, yeah. There's no point in me moving up.
Okay,
right.
You guys are in column.
Anyway.
Let's remember that.
Right. So I can move them back into line before I move and then move.
Yes, you
correct?
can. And then you get 4
because I only need an inch or so to get.
That's right.
So that's what I'm doing.
All right. So we imagine now that these fellows are in line, split off to either side, just like they were.
Yep.
Why don't you give me 2
and
inches?
I can go 4 inches.
Yeah. Well, actually, that 4 isn't the worst idea in the world. Yeah. Right about there is right about 2.5 is where you'd see it.
Right there.
Yeah. And mark him.
Except I forgot to grab him.
That's all right.
Or I did.
You do it again.
Right there?
That'll be good. Would you give me a 1d6?
Right.
Your guys' luck is going to run out. I just know it.
All right.
Nothing there.
All right.
So if
Well,
you roll
you
the
guys
dice the right way the whole game, you see nothing?
Yeah.
No, because one of those 2 PEFs is going to resolve into something, at least.
Yeah. So both my guys are 5s, so I didn't need to roll for the second one also, right?
Correct.
Okay. While you guys are moving the other ones, I'm just going to move my units up and clean them up a little bit here.
Okay.
So I didn't think we needed to.
All right. Well, I'm ready to trot Baker up.
We'll wait till the cavalry moves out of the way.
Yeah, well, I'll go ahead and move him then. All right,
Seacom can't move yet.
Not yet.
Yeah, that's fine.
Baker's going to move 8.
Okay, so are you splitting Baker off with 2 others to make a scouting party, or are you just sending the whole group?
I'm sending the whole group.
Got it.
I guess you could, because Captain has Rep 5.
What?
He's saying you could split off Baker and 2 others to make the scouting party, but that's
well, let me get
really.
closer.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I thought you were going to take the whole Baker thing here. And
yeah, I am. I'm moving Baker's troop.
Yeah, Baker's not company. What am I looking? Platoon? His platoon.
It's
troop. The troop.
Yep.
Okay.
Troop and squadron. There it is. Still not.
Yeah, we're nowhere near close enough to worry about a scouting party up the hill yet.
Fair enough.
Okay. I can still move in.
Yeah, he's probably got another one. Yep. If you stay up with me like that, and then when I get up top of that hill, and the Sioux come over the top of it at me,
yeah,
I'm riding back hell for leather. So
just so you know, we're not going to stand and fight these yahoos.
Right. I'm cavalry. I'm going up.
Aren't you supposed to run them down?
No, these guys.
Oh no, you're U.S. cavalry. No, you're British cavalry. You should know how to do a charge.
Yeah.
Charge up that hill.
I'm armed with carabines. I'm not armed with
sabers. Oh man,
a couple of guys got swords.
At least some of them do.
We're taking a look and running behind you. So
all right, so
you just be ready.
2 5s went. Another 5 went. This 5. Mm-hmm. You went over here, correct?
Yeah, I moved everything.
Good deal. Tuna, what you got?
Should I move towards OJ?
I think it sounds
like
that's.
I would stay behind Doug, because right now, from where my guys are at, I can cover this whole gap between the hill and the lake because I got a rifle range of 24.
Makes a lot of sense. That's where most of the bastards are anyway, it looks like.
Yeah. What happened to that pep that was over here on the left in front of me?
Immediately moved him.
The minute
he wasn't there.
The minute you moved on the board, it was resolved and determined to be nothing.
Okay.
I had immediate line of sight on him.
All right.
So we could get up to the top of these other 2 hills and discover there's nothing there too.
It gets less.
Not really. One of these has got to be the group.
It's been a while since I looked at a chart, but I'm fairly certain that you at least get one. It just the more you've resolved, the less likely that there's nothing there.
Yeah.
All right.
But both of these could end up being
yes
blips. Okay.
And they could end up being very, very large blips. Just to give you a sense of the scale, if you roll badly enough, there can be 2 times as many of them as there are of you.
All right.
Just putting that out there. Which is why the scouting thing is important, and I know that Doug has already sensed that.
We have repeater guns.
So, I believe the only thing we have left to do for this turn is for my boys to check themselves. See how they're doing. So
not a euphemism.
That is not. That is. Want to see what they're up to. We're going to move us a pef. So if I can get a 2d6 against their rep of 4.
Do. 11.
That's past 2. They're very happy to stay right where they are. Thank you very much. Yeah, they're pretty pleased at their present location. And who's really to blame them?
No, I don't blame them. Now, what I do anticipate is that these rocks over here are going to be...
Yeah, let me... I saw a bunch. There they are. Let me get rid of those. That's a note to future me. Thank you, citizen. You are hurting.
Those are rocks that I'm thinking.
You are hurting my feelings.
I think you should, in areas where we're not, I think you should have, like, behind us, rocks spawning into existence.
Well, the crazy thing is, there's some beautiful battles set up for this tabletop simulator where there are these gigantic rock formations. Like, you can't play on that. Just can't be done. All right, so that was my turn. I looked and we tried, so we go to another initiative.
1.
Ooh, 1.
Not 2. I need 1. 5. I've got nobody. That's a 5. So it's all you guys. And everybody gets to go. I'd actually like to roll a 1 for a change. Thank you.
Yeah, then you could finally have that guy do something. Okay, he'll be the one that ends up resolving. And all the horde will be there.
All right, should we have cavalry ride out some more?
Hang on just a minute. Is this area up here clear?
Which one?
Grid.
This one right here?
Middle left grid.
Negative.
Yeah.
Negative.
The grid that's right here in front of me.
Yeah,
okay, if that's the case, he needs to move up and scout this area, I think.
Well,
before we start moving any further on the cavalry here.
Do we want to do that, or do we just want to stay over the line? Because does it matter if that area is clear?
Yes, you have to scout all 9 to win.
Okay. All right. So I'm in line formation.
Okay, let me say this. He has bonuses up here on the hill, right?
Yep.
Would it not be the best thing then to either take this cavalry or take this infantry and start moving them left of the hill? I mean, left of the pond, to try to resolve that point, and that way, if something does pop up, then he's got fire support already on the hill.
Well, what he can, if he wishes, because of that's where the scouts come in.
Right.
He has the ability to detach 3 figures to use as scouts.
Send a forlorn hope out.
You know, he could.
Yeah, that again.
He could, you can take any 3 figures and break them off as scouts.
Okay. Does one of them have to be an NCO?
No, they don't.
Okay.
They will then perform with the rep of the individual. For example, this infantry here that you have is all rep 5.
Right.
But he doesn't
go
very
rep 5
fast.
because of the lieutenants, right?
Nope. They're
all
rep 5.
inherently rep
They have
5.
their own rank. The problem is...
Well, they have their own initiative.
Right. They have their own initiative if their leaders are shot dead.
If you leave the mouse over them, you see the rep objects.
Well, oh, okay. Yep. There. It just popped up. I didn't see that before.
Sure.
Okay. So that's what I'll do. Is I'll
But they
break
don't
off
move very
scouting
fast.
party.
Yeah, so you could take any one of these guys from this line and shoot them out in open order at that point. That is open order.
All right. So let me do this.
Yep.
Tell me if I'm doing this wrong. I'm just going to set these 3 guys here. Just
and what you want to do with open order is you want to put a base width between them like that.
Okay, and that's fine.
And you're good. You tighten them up a little bit.
And then how far can I move them?
Open order is the same as... It hasn't happened to me that much.
And does going downhill make a difference?
It does not.
Okay. It's going to be probably 4 at least.
Yeah, there we go. Open, sorry. 12, actually.
12?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Wow, almost as fast as cavalry.
Yeah, well, they're running.
Okay. The middle of the thing is about to hear.
Can they run faster than charging Zulus?
No, because the Zulus come
about
as
to find out.
So I don't have to move them the whole 12, though, right?
No, you move as far as you like. Yeah, you can move them
Well,
right
you'd
there.
want to move them within. You'd want to move them if you're going to scout, though. You have to move them.
Yeah, you
within
want to move them close enough.
Yeah, to
to
see.
get
Right,
to the
okay.
trigger.
Jason, put out a line there for you. That red line, get to there.
So I got to get to there. Okay.
Yep.
Now I see what we're. Now I see.
I'm holding
what
it.
we're going for. Is that close enough?
Let me see. Let me see what Jason gave you. Yeah, that's fine. Let's.
grid
I
Next
still
time.
have a couple inches to go, so.
Yeah,
right.
let me
Now
take
I
one
need
more.
to roll.
Let me take one more look from the heights.
Yep. Go ahead.
Yeah, I think.
Yeah, because I'm looking.
You're fine.
I'm looking at a slope, so you're right.
Yeah.
That's
You're fine. So
Okay.
what you're gonna do is you're gonna roll. Now these are scouts, so we got to figure it. Now you have to roll their 2d6 against their rep of 4.
10.
And you're going to look at each die individually.
4 and a 6.
And so you have passed 2. Now you roll a 1. Now you have scouted this area successfully. Well done. Roll a 1d6. And it is clear.
Wow.
Right. So, the rest of my guys,
Mm-hmm.
can I do something like that? I mean, obviously they're up here. But I
They can only move 4 though because they're in line, right?
Right.
Well, but they're based off where their lieutenants are.
Correct.
We just left the tokens back because of
Yep.
space.
No. So okay, yeah. So lieutenant can move up 4, and they can move them up.
That's right.
I could do something like that, couldn't I?
Have Jason draw your line from up 4 from the line that's there.
Well, I was going to leave them up here at the top of the hill for now.
That's what I'm saying. He can just draw the line to show you where they are.
Yeah, the problem is he won't get all the way down the hill before it. He'll be on the crashy slope,
Right.
so he's.
Right, and I don't
Well,
want.
he wants to keep him on the hill anyway. He's trying to stay up there
Right.
for
Oh,
defensive
right.
purposes.
Oh, okay,
I see.
all
I see
right.
what you're arguing. Yeah, that's
I'm fixing to get rid of these texts so they'll
Yeah.
great.
And then what I was going to do with my other set of infantry was have them at an oblique
Perfect.
here, facing the lake.
That's perfect.
Is that an issue?
Nope.
Okay.
Not at all.
All right. So if you guys want to go ahead and start moving your other troops, you can go ahead and do that.
Okay.
I'm just going to clean this up.
Wouldn't that be 3 movements?
no,
Wouldn't
because
that be 3 actions?
it's not.
Well,
because these guys are actually.
He's already in
here.
line. Okay, he's already in line. He's
Yeah.
not really in column.
Right.
Okay. That's what I was thinking. So there'd be 3 things. There'd be move, formation, and rotation. But he's already in line. So it would just be
Correct.
moving for rotation, movement and facing.
Mirth's desire continues to be advancing. I don't understand this. We got 10 people. We got 10 people in chat. That's nice. Hi, everybody.
All right, I'm riding up.
What you doing, Hans?
Go Ryder.
All right.
Might as well follow you. Change this color because it's hard to read. I just like to have them set up for the people who actually. Oops.
Gotta tell you, OJ, you're making my heart so happy. That's what a man wants to do. It's so great. Taking a picture, that's how great it is. Falling down drunk, Your Majesty.
There we go. Close enough. And this is their lieutenant who would be with them.
Yep.
There. Is that
All right,
acceptable?
I love it.
All right, good.
Why is there
And
typing?
then these scouts can still move forward independently from the rest of their troops.
They are now an independent. This is now a group with a rep of 4.
Of 4?
Out of 5?
Oh, okay.
Right, because they are detached from their leader.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
He's changed that too. I see. Okay.
Yep. Okay.
So, Doug, you moved up Baker. Are you going to
Correct.
move? Okay, Seacom is waiting on the 3s.
Yep.
I believe Desmond moved on the 5. What do we got from?
Yep.
And Koff is waiting on the 3. So we got 2 3s waiting to move.
All right. Well, I can get the cavalry out of your way.
I haven't moved yet. I'm not supposed to, right?
Right. Doug is saying he's going to move first. Get out of the way.
Roger. Does Jason have to move right to give me room to do a line and have room to do a line?
No,
No, I think you're good actually.
I've already moved, so I'm
Yeah, he is where
not
he
gonna move
is.
until next turn.
Right.
you may have to double stack your line.
Yeah, you're going to have to...
One-
if you're going to...
One company in front of the other in line formation.
Right. If you're going to go into line, you're going to have to push one of these guys forward, form the line, and then the other guy form behind him.
Why do you want to go in line right now?
Yeah,
No. I'm just saying when we do.
Yeah.
I guess we can get past the
Oh,
layout.
well.
Probably, I was going to say, we're probably not going to form the line here.
All right, I got mine in the bathroom. Be right back.
All right.
Okay.
Could he have moved 12, or he can only move 8 in column?
8 in column.
8. Okay.
8 and 4 for infantry. And then 12 in open order. Because let's face it, open order, you're just kind of running.
Yeah, it wouldn't be a bad idea to deploy one infantry company in front of the other infantry company, so there is a reserve. So when the Zulus hit the first line, there's a base of fire for that first line to fall back behind.
If the mechanics work that way.
They do. They do. The issue's going to be a couple. Number one, the Zulus obviously are going to try to, and they're going to, if depending on the distances, they're either going to throw their spears or they're going to close, just depending. They're going to want to prefer to close to melee.
Right. Even if they keep their spears, they're going to want that.
Right.
They probably have two different kinds of spears. They should have throwing spears and then also the acid guy that they'll be stabbing with.
Exactly. So they're going to go either way. And that, by the way, is determined by their reaction charts. That's where these things come into play.
Okay.
So they'll do that based on that. They're going to try to close to melee, and they're going to try to break the group.
Are they going to do the buffalo thing where they come where they?
No, there's not. There's this. These groups probably won't be that big. They're going to attack what's in front of them.
Okay, they're not going to try to swoop around and have a reserve in the back.
Well, they will definitely try to do that almost as a matter of fact. Just because if there's somebody, it's sort of like in Warhammer. If something's engaged to the front, you gradually work your way around the sides.
Okay,
just in terms of what
but they're not going to start that way.
Nope.
I was thinking of typical Zulu, the Shaka things, where he'd send in the chest of the bull, and then he'd have the horns of the bull, and then he'd have the
and you'll get that as a matter of fact. But like I say, it's not going to be a strategic deployment that way. All right, let's do a die roll for the initiative for the next turn because I rolled for junk.
Another 1. I'm the best.
I really need a 1, but that's okay. I got a 3, so I get to go
3
first.
will work. Yeah,
I get to go first with my 4. Maybe I can get something to happen.
Okay. Yeah.
Somebody want to give me a 2d6?
One and a 3.
That is a fail 2. Holy cow.
Your other guy can't do anything, so that's you.
Yeah, but that's the thing, is that... Fail 2... Yep. That's what I thought. Stay put. You guys are up.
And we rolled a 1, right?
You rolled a 1, so 5s go first.
So I'll tell you what, I found a use for this die. I'm going to keep it over to the side here and as a reminder of what we rolled.
Very good.
Okay. Doug, did you want to move your cavalry up first, or do you want me to send my scouts here up first in case something pops up in front of us?
Well, why don't you throw those scouts up front, and then...
All right. I'm fine either way. I just didn't know which way we wanted to go first. So
go ahead and run those guys up front.
So I'm going to go the full 12 inches so we can get another square.
Well, like I say, you've already got this square.
Right.
It used to say clear.
Oh, but aren't they 12 by 12?
No, they're 24 by 24.
Oh, 24 by 24. Okay.
The next one's up here.
Yep. Okay. I knew I cleared one. I was thinking they were 12 by 12.
Nope,
okay. Nope. All right, Doug, your turn.
All right. Scouting cavalry in open order. How far does it move?
Oh. All this open order. I'm unfamiliar. Unit of 3 men. Oh, for heaven's sake. 24 inches.
Okay.
enough.
Mercy, mercy.
Now, does he really need to get that far? He can't see. He might just need to get to the brow of the hill and look over.
That X is feeling like the military crest to me.
Okay.
And I don't have to send 3. I can send up to 3, right?
Yeah.
I believe you have to send...
I was thinking of 2 different concepts here. The first is there's going to be a potential spawn here in the middle of the grid.
Correct.
And then there's also going to be the question of whether he can see either of these 2 people and resolve them. So the first thing is do you want to risk? At what point do these things happen? In other words, do you want to risk spawning all 3 of these things at the same time, or do you want to try to move in such a way that the only thing you're likely to spawn is the thing in the middle? That seems the safest to me.
Well, if one spawns, do the others start automatically activating then?
That's a question.
They can trigger each other. It depends.
Okay.
So it's not certain.
The one thing that they can do is they can move towards each other. They can split in half and create 2. Actually, it's not splitting in half. They can make 2.
All right, I'm moving 3 up. And if I go right there, we're close enough to the middle that I can tell.
Yep.
I'm going to scout that square, right?
Yep. So first,
You're scouting the square, but not beyond it.
Correct.
On the other side of the hill. Okay.
He can't see. If he hits that military crest, he can see both of my paths.
Okay, so he's staying far enough back that he's not
He is
activating these
and we can
blips.
imagine,
Okay.
and I think it's quite reasonable, that he's not too eager to... If he's doing anything, he's peeking over that hill. He's not looking.
Yep.
Right.
So let's see how well they do their scouting first. They show themselves to be rep 4, so I need a 2d6, Doug, to determine how successful they are.
2 4s.
That's 4, so they are very successful. Whatever we're about to determine is the case. Please roll 1d6. There's nothing there. It's clear.
Alrighty.
Does that count as cleared? I mean,
does.
I was just trying to mark the center.
Yeah, that X is clear. You've only got 2 more to go.
Right. The next thing, I guess, is...
Doug, do you want to break? Can you break off 3 scouts from your other?
Which is what I'll do when they can move, but they are 3s.
Right. Yeah, right. Okay.
I'm going to hit the bathroom while you guys are marching around.
All right.
Okay.
So we were looking for those were 4s. I'm assuming all.
Well, we really haven't moved all the 5s yet, right?
Okay. Well, that should have. It's not going to be a harm there, but do you want to? We should have moved the 5s first.
Yeah, I think he was thinking that you meant that by Baker being Rep 5 giving the command that they were temporarily 5s until they left his service.
I see what you're saying. Yeah, that's so. That is so. So we're still on the 5s.
Okay. Yeah, we're still technically on the 5s. I could go ahead and move my crew up and then put them in line behind his cavalry and then just... I don't know. Yeah, that's probably the best thing to do.
You're talking about 8 rather than 12, though.
Yeah. 8. Not. Once I put them in line, I won't be able to move as fast. But on the other hand, I don't foresee having to move very fast.
Well, let's face it. You're down to the last bit, right?
Yeah. Well, and also just for positioning's sake, I don't see that we'll have to march very quickly into contact. Okay. I'm trying to move myself here, so I'm giving myself some room to wing out.
Yeah.
In my lines. Is that about right? Seems like
that feels good.
Pretty good. Okay.
Should I wait till he moves Templar forward? Or?
I really, really, really encourage us to have a reserve.
Well, I mean, I can still shift to the side if probably off here is going to end up being the ones to move forward simply because he's in better position to start fighting whoever's over here, and then I would sling in behind him for the reserve.
It also depends which ones you trigger first, of course.
Yeah, somewhat. But
because, well, just to make a point, these British infantry over here on the left are within a hair's breadth of triggering PEF 4.
Sarah, no, Jack Nasty Face is asking what rules you're using.
These are Colonial Adventures from 2 Hour Wargames. It's part of his long-standing reaction system.
Oh, I see what you mean about triggering PEF 4. Yeah.
He's got, this guy, especially on the left, is going to have LOS in a second. Certainly.
Not in, maybe in the next turn.
Yeah, I mean,
it depends on where he goes. He might
right.
pull off to the left here a little bit.
That's right. I'm just keeping you aware of that fact.
Right.
Because again, I don't know what's coming out of those PEFs. So that's not up to me. It's up to the rules. But it can be a lot, and it can move fast.
Can those PEFs up there? Can they trigger centers as they go by?
No, you are obligated to hit those centers. That's part of your patrolling.
Okay. Well, and so they're not going to raise up things in the grass as they go by. If that's the case, it might be better for them to. It might be better to go ahead and have the scouts over here. Go ahead and trigger this line. Not this turn, but next turn. They're not quite making it this turn.
Well, keep in mind you're about to get a cavalry patrol up onto this hill.
Yeah, but should we?
I don't. Well, why wouldn't you?
You'd be spawning a bunch of stuff. That's what I'm saying. If they're not going to spawn things here in the middle, we should wait and hit these after we take care of these things.
No, we've got to still scout this.
Yeah, he's still got to scout the hill.
Yeah.
I think the only thing that would be different
eventually
is well, I think the only thing that would be different though is if my scouts triggered it, they come toward my scouts this way.
Correct.
If Doug's cavalry triggers them, they're going to come back toward all you guys on the right. They're not even if they see my scouts.
Which is where the majority of our force is.
Right. I'm just saying. I mean, the advantage on the left is they got a lot further to travel, and I've got a better defensive position. But
yeah, I'm just thinking of force concentration. You don't aggro everything at once.
I'm not. Yeah. We're not aggroing everything at once. This is not frickin' D&D, man.
Okay. I'm over here on my side. I'm fine.
All right. Who wants to take the cavalry?
Well, we got to do the fives, resolving the fives out first. Okay. So this whole company on here has got to decide where they're going to go. Or this cavalry can move out of the way.
Okay. What number are we on?
We're still resolving the five. I mean, I just moved.
Yeah.
We're still resolving the fives.
So we've got...
Sean Baker's not going to...
Seacom's a 3.
Sean Baker's not going to move the rest of his... From what I heard, he's not going to move the rest of his company. Or platoon or troop or whatever.
So
Seacom can't move yet.
right.
Captain Templar can't move because he split both of his things, so he's just following one around.
Right.
So that leaves these people here all as one group because they're under Captain Cough. Oh, he's a 3. Shit.
No.
Oh, sorry. For some reason, I thought he was a 5.
All right. So that.
And all these people are staying here as a redoubt. And these people here are all 4s now, so they can't move yet. So I guess we're done with the 5s, basically.
All right.
Now we're down to the 4s.
Do we have 4s that can move? Who do we got?
Well, technically we do. We have the
I've
scouts
got my
over here.
scouts over here.
Yeah, and
those guys.
This is why I was talking about, or do we want them to start moving toward the line of sight here? And
Well, either way, it's going to take me 2 turns, I think.
yeah,
Right.
well, I don't think you can get there in 1 turn. I don't know. You're getting
Well-
if you pull over there to the
Well,
left, you have a shorter
Jim's-
distance to line of sight.
Yeah, I mean, I'm Jason's line of sight is correct. So
Okay.
you're talking.
And that-
You're triggering them if you do that.
All right.
Okay. Here we go. Set them down.
If you do that, they're going to start running towards you.
That's right.
Oh,
Okay.
wait a minute. Well,
Well, I was going to say, if they're
Can
going
I
to start
turn
running
left
towards
and
you,
come over and reinforce them?
yeah, that's what I was thinking.
what's that? Say that again?
Tuna was asking if he could take his people, turn left, and come over and reinforce you. And that's what
Well,
I was thinking.
but-
It's going to take some time for these crews to move
So-
down here.
So let's ask this then, too, though. Can Doug's 1 cavalry company hit him from the flank or the rear? Around between the
Great
hill
question.
and the lake.
I like this concept. Like, so can he take his things and come around over here eventually and hit them from the side?
He
That's what I want to defeat these things piecemeal if we can.
Yeah, I mean, he absolutely can. He can, the cavalry can hit in the flank or the rear, but you just hit the main point. You do want to hit them in the flank or the rear. You don't want to get them into frontal combat.
Okay. If the scouts are going to trigger these people,
And bear in mind, they're carabiners. They're intended to shoot.
I think,
Yeah,
though, the thing that you got to be cautious of, though, is if he's moving those cavalry up between the lake and the hill, he's going to be having to see what's in the middle of that hill, of that square.
I'm not sure the brow of
He
the
doesn't-
brow of the hill wouldn't stop that.
Well, no, but I'm saying, he's talking about the
It's also
scouting
this
right
tough
in the
to-
middle of it.
Right.
Just like over
clearing
here,
the heck.
just like over here, he can get to the point where he's got to check that space without ever getting over here.
Yeah.
So he could be trying to hit them from the flank or the rear and discover
trigger
there's
the space.
somebody and trigger something there.
Okay.
God, we
I wasn't
definitely
sure if
would
it-
want to go up there and scout that before we do anything else.
Right,
And
right,
that's-
and that's what I'm saying though. Is I think that would be.
I think
the
that was
better move,
sarcasm.
Yeah, no,
is to let that cavalry go first.
Yeah,
And
I
do
think
their-
I think that's the prudential move here.
It's wrong key.
I'll take them back.
Takesy backsy.
Takesy backsy. Well, the other thing I was going to say is if you are going to trigger those, move them further over
Well,
here. Don't move
yeah,
them
let's-
straight up. That way you have less to retreat.
Yeah, well, yeah, and that's fine. We can let Doug go ahead and
Okay.
do his scout thing and
All right, 3 dudes.
I'm just pointing out to be careful about triggering the line of sight on this guy,
Yeah.
unless you're going to aggro everything. Aggro.
I'm not moving.
You're good?
Yep.
Okay. Anybody else got moves? Tuna, what you got?
I should probably just stay where I am and see what occurs here, right?
What develops?
Oh, all right. All right. So you guys all rolled 1s, and I rolled a 3. So that's it, if I'm not mistaken. Correct?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
All right. Let's do the next one. That's where this gets interesting.
6. We suck. Go first, and nothing happens.
I suck also. We roll again.
Oh. That's overnight.
Jeez.
We took a break.
Doggone it. That stinks. Now, remember, only your 5s move now.
Got it. Well, theoretically, Baker could take his troops and do something, but maybe not. These are the cavalry 4 now, or the cavalry scouts 4? Yeah, okay.
Yeah. The men.
Yeah, all of our scouts are 4s right now.
The men that Baker has are 5s still, and well, Seacom's a 3.
Okay. The only person who could theoretically move is me, and I don't see any point. I mean, I guess I could pick up and move off 4 this way.
You can't.
I would just stay right there. I wouldn't move anywhere.
Yeah. Let me.
And just wait until Doug can move his cavalry scouts again and either trigger something or clear something.
All right. All right. Let's go to another move. 1d6. Gah.
God for us too. Didn't move anything.
Are we?
Next?
Did you?
We rolled 6. So.
Okay, do it again. Got it.
I thought we rolled a 6. Maybe we rolled a 5. Who rolled?
No, you didn't even roll.
I don't think you guys rolled. I don't think you guys rolled.
Oh, now we're all going to roll at the same time. 6.
No.
Okay.
Okay. So it's another 6. Nobody has 6s. We roll again. Okay, I really need to stop rolling 6s. 3s.
Rolled a 3.
So you guys start with your 5s, please.
I'm not going anywhere.
All right. Any other 5s?
Well, we've already determined the 5s aren't
right.
going anywhere.
4s.
So down to the 4s, and that's your scouts.
What you guys got?
So Doug's going to move his first, is what we determined.
Yeah, it looks that way.
Okay, he's going to activate both of those.
Yep. If he holds it...
Where's the military... Are we going to call this the military crest?
I think if you go a little further to your right, which you legally can do, you're fine. And then just keep going forward a little more. And there you're good. So you just want to activate
So what you're saying is he just... Yeah, okay.
Okay. Let's find out. 1 second, please. I gotta go find the table. On this one, I need a 1d6.
What just happened? The thing in the middle rolled.
I hit the wrong one.
Oh.
Just need a 1d6 from somebody.
6.
I rolled a 6. False alarm. That's a nothing.
Well, it means we know for a fact this thing is...
Well, that has
something.
a much higher possibility of being something evil. That's
correct.
It's
okay, so it's not actually... It's not
check.
for sure.
Let me see. It's for sure. You get something.
Okay. You get something.
just depends on how much something. How's that?
Okay, yeah.
Okay,
Plus we still have yet
since these guys crossed the center of this...
Yep.
Don't we also have to do a check?
Correct.
We already did.
No, what he's talking about is you also have to check into this area that is hidden to see if there's anything in the grass.
Oh, okay.
And those are scouts, so I need to check. I need a 2d6 against their 4. That passes.
I thought we
3 and a
did that
6.
the last.
Passes.
I thought we did that earlier because that's what that blue X was the center of the.
No, that's for the overall space. You cleared the space.
But we're also, but since we didn't have line of sight here, then
you're checking down in the weeds. Okay. So because you check down there and you determine that that's a 2d6, you're not sure of what you're seeing. So you don't know. You don't know what's in there yet.
Do we not roll a 1? Okay.
No, not. That's the one place you don't roll a 1d6.
Okay.
Is when you pass only one. So they may.
Captain's upside down, JP.
Quit being cruel to Desmond.
Oh, wow. Okay.
All right, so that was a 4 that put them up there. We've got these lads. Who's next?
Well, you can
Well,
send these people in and activate something, but that's...
But I think we've determined that we want those guys to come towards the rest of you, where the bulk of our firepower is.
Okay.
So,
What did we roll?
we rolled a 3. I forgot to mark it, but it's over here.
yeah, it was a 3.
So I can send scouts.
That seems like the thing to do at this point.
Scouts will have 4.
Yeah, these carabiners are all 4s. So.
Yep. All right, and they can go
Memory serves.
like 24,
24,
I think.
That's right. Yeah,
So if they get up,
get them.
they get up here,
There'll be enough to check out the middle of it anyway.
right?
Get them to
But
open
not
order.
enough to spawn both of them at the same time.
All right. And Doug, you want to set them to open order, please?
I will as soon as I set them down.
No.
Yeah, he's making sure his movement is correct.
No.
His
Right.
distance.
I get you.
Oh, they're still all selected.
Cool.
Okay.
All right, Doug.
There you go.
Let's see how good of a searcher they are on that 2d6 roll, please. That's fail both, so you have no earthly idea what you saw. But
Wait, no, what?
Go ahead.
Isn't it less?
No, it's more. Oh,
Okay.
you're right. I'm an idiot. Thank you very much. Yes, you succeed on both. So let's. They definitely see what they see. It's 1d6. Nothing there.
So this is marked clear.
Yep. That leaves only this clear, the back of this hill, the back of this hill, and of course the path.
I thought we cleared the back of the right hill.
No, he didn't. He did not succeed.
He didn't.
In looking.
He
Oh,
did
that's right,
look,
that's right.
but yeah.
Let me make
Fail.
sure I didn't just cheat him because of what I just did. The nice thing is we've got the. Let's see. Doug rolled a 2. He rolled a 1 and a 3, and before that he rolled a 3 and a 6, which is a no. That's I did it right that time. Well done, me. Okay. All right. So that was Doug moving a 4 and determining this clear. What else we got at 4? Anything at all?
Anything that wants to move? I don't think so.
All right.
I mean, yeah. And then the 3 is next. And again, the only thing that could move that might want to move is this, and I don't think he really wants to yet. Not until we have a better idea of what we're facing.
Okay. Let's get some initiative going. Just so depressing. All right. So you guys don't have any. Okay. Did you guys?
Did we?
Yeah.
I don't think we rolled a minute ago.
You just did. So that's a 4.
Okay.
You've got a 4. So anybody that's a 4 can move. I got nothing, even though I win initiative.
All right, go ahead, Doug.
All right. Well, let's have these guys check again.
Over here. Very good.
Yep.
2d6, please. There we go.
Double pass.
1d6. Nothing. This space is
Okay.
clear.
All right. These guys. Are we ready, guys?
Yep.
You don't have to get that far, but if you want to.
Where can they see? The red X?
Yep.
Here?
That'd be fine.
All right. We'll call it that.
All right, Doug, since you're the one doing it, you can do the honors. 1d6, please. Rolled a 3.
Yep.
Hmm?
Roll 1d6. That's the best one you've rolled all day.
I was going to say, there's like 6 guys there.
I'm just going to smoke. I was going to hang back here. All our guys are going to line up.
You're just going to have the cavalry just shoot them to pieces.
Yeah. We'll have the scouts, cavalry scouts just ride up. Pow! Shoot them in the face.
Look, they can't even stand up.
They're drunk.
There are a total... I've got a strike.
Well, once you decide where you put them, we'll set them up.
I gotta keep them in their groups.
Sort of.
As best I may. I wouldn't mind help flipping them. They come in groups of 20.
Use F to flip.
Yep. They're all on the baseline. I'll leave that one alone as you're flipping it.
These up. Where should this group go exactly?
These groups are all heading like this. You have encountered main body forces. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I need one more.
Huh. Their bases don't turn into...
Yeah, they're a little different that way. That is true.
Our
Okay.
bases don't anymore.
Really?
Table must be very slightly tipped.
That could be. I may be guilty of that. I tend to check for that.
It's really hard. It's hard to not do that on these tables.
Yeah, well, if you don't make it an integral part of the table, like the flex table.
Right. Yeah.
Watch a picture. You are correct about
Yeah,
that.
if you look at the edge of the mat, ever so slightly higher down at the one end.
There's some tiny, tiny piece hanging out. All right.
Yep.
That's what you're up against. Each one of these is going to move and act differently. Okay? They're going to come is the bottom line. But let's see here. So Doug, you moved on a 4, correct?
Mm-hmm.
This guy belongs somewhere else.
They're in groups of 20.
Oh, okay. 1, 2, 3. Are they? Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
I think they're 18, actually.
Is that right? I'm sorry.
They were groups of
1, 2,
18
3, 4, 5,
originally.
6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. They should be
That's
they should
weird.
be 20 with a leader. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. Oh boy.
6, 1, 2, 6.
I can fix this very easily. I'll fix it when they move, so you don't need to worry too much about that.
Okay, I keep running into groups of 18.
All right. So Doug, you moved. Just gotta make sure that their chief is where he needs to be.
Oh. It's
Did
the
you
chief, the guy with the white spirit, with the
Yep.
white shield?
Yep, like that.
Okay.
Labeled leader.
Okay. Leader's got to lead.
Good. Leader's got to lead. Well, leader's got to lead, but in addition, He's their he tests.
Okay, there's two leaders over here as part of the problem.
Okay.
No, they all have white shields. Wait a minute.
No. Well,
there's one with a white shield on
Headdress is the
top.
leader, right? The headdress is the leader.
Also correct.
And he has white shield on top. Okay. Got it.
Leader. Good. All right, Doug. So you were done with that one?
Yeah.
All right. So now I have to check. I don't get to move because I already passed my turn. So you guys, looking at what you're looking at, and this guy really needs to be more over here.
Well, the rest of the 4s can move and the 3s, but all those 5s were done. We can't move.
We are coming over the hill. Thick as night. All right.
So these guys have already moved because they cleared the corner, basically. And these guys have already moved because they're the ones who did the spot.
Right.
So the one question I have is my 3 scouts down here on the left. Do we want to move them forward to try to clear that last grid, or wait until after we can deal with these troops in the center?
I'd wait.
Yep. I'm good with that.
Okay.
Now, you might still want to move them, I don't know, back. It depends.
Actually, if I do anything, I can move them forward without triggering anything.
Yeah, that's true. Let's see. What's the trigger distance? 12?
12 inches.
Yeah.
12 inches. All right. So that's...
And I can only go 12 anyways, so that's what I'm saying, is I can move them up a little bit, just
Well, my thing would be, are you putting them in danger of being overrun by one of these MPs? Or are they all going to come toward us? It's a question of what they can see, I guess. What do the rules say?
Oh, come on. That would
Are they going to move? Well, okay.
I would say they would probably have been moving up anyways. You know, part of their mission is, well, part of their job was to be moving forward and helping on some of the scouting. So.
But you also have to ask yourself what good he's going to do all by himself up there.
Yeah.
All right. So
he can draw them back into an ambush.
Any more?
His crew can see him.
Oh yeah. We're gonna suss all this out when they get to go. It's gonna cue off what the leader sees.
Okay. Well,
we want to punch those cavalrymen in the face, but they always make that bad choice.
Yeah. I guess the last question is whether Captain Herbert Koff down here, run by Tuna, if he wants to try to maneuver his group. He's got a rep 3. Oh, but he can't. He can't. We've got a limit of 4. Rolled a 4.
I would say,
I would say
the only thing that you would want to do is his 2.
Now his lieutenants could move.
Right.
Separately.
You may want to go ahead and check them out into a line formation, with one in front of the other. Use the one on the right for the reserve of everybody, and use the one on the left. To
finish out.
Or is that going to cause an issue if Doug wants to pull his cavalry back?
That's a question.
The answer is he can't.
He
can't.
Who can't do what?
Doug, you can't interpenetrate these two.
Okay.
You can interpenetrate.
Can you run across the front of the lake there and go around the left?
Sure. Yes.
Okay.
He's got that kind of speed over the Zulus.
It's going to be a minute before the Zulus can get close anyway.
How fast do the Zulus move?
They move at 12. Unless they decide they can roll to move.
So he could go forward and left.
So you're looking at, in 2 turns, under normal circumstances, you're looking at about this, unless they kick into gear.
Don't we want them to chase us down up the hill if the hill gives them?
Oh, yeah.
No, they're not shooting though, so there's no hill advantage there. Is there?
Right. Yeah, they don't have any missile weapons, so they don't have any advantage on the hill. So they're going to be charging off the hill. Now, there is a question, I suppose, as to whether they get charge bonuses coming off the hill, and if so, how far.
That actually is all over here on the nice melee chart.
Ah, okay. All right. Well, but as it happens, we're all sitting back here well away from the hill, so we're probably outside their charge bonuses. I kind of like where we are. Actually, if
Doug moves across the left, then they're going to follow him and go after OJ, right?
Maybe, yeah. If
I
he lines,
I would not move the cavalry between the lake and the hill with a charging enemy coming in on their flank.
There you go.
That would be the wrong thing for them to do.
Right, and that's what I'm saying is Tuna, I don't think can move, as he's got to leave Doug a way out at this point. Or if Tuna moved, he needs to move left or right. Just to
or get behind me, maybe.
Yeah, well, that's or he could get behind. Move left or right, and leave Doug room to get his cavalry out of the way, because Tuna would still have plenty of time, or should have plenty of time, to
yeah, he can still form up,
close that gap back up.
Yeah, if he's going
right.
Tuna, if you're going to do that, you got to face the other way.
Or
you can't side move. The way he just did.
Oh.
Right.
Okay.
You can do that.
Okay. So his two actions were he rotated.
So I not moved enough then?
No, you're about right.
Him to get through?
That's the question.
Through.
Yeah, he still doesn't have enough room to get through, no.
Click off somewhere else so you don't select everything. Man, that little thing does not want to... Get up! All right.
He'll have to move a little more.
Well, he can't though. I mean,
but
not this turn.
Right.
Just moved 8. Yeah.
All right. Now I have some people to move. Hooray! Let's see who I get to move. I think I'm done. We're all done, right?
All the 4s have moved that I think are going to, and we can't move any 3s.
I'm correct. I'm correct. We're good.
Yeah.
All right. This is a big initiative right here. 4. British.
Button, but it didn't do anything. It's going to be a big spinny 3.
All right, I get to go first. Yay me. What I'm going to ask you to do is these guys are all going to act in a programmed manner.
Right.
And they're going to move based on again another check against rep. So we start.
These carabiners are about to be slaughtered.
we start with 6s. Well, it's not a guarantee that they close to attack them or anything that happens. We got to see.
Oh, okay.
So
he's got to
3. I got a 5.
It's a 12-inch run. They could. Some of them could.
Checking my leaders is what I'm doing. All right, so
right.
5 there, 3 there. See, some of these guys are going to get good and stuck, but these guys are both going to go. Some of these guys are going to have to turn. All right, so with my 4, I can move this 5. All right, and he is also ferocious, which is... all my guys are ferocious, which just means they move more aggressively, as you might imagine. If someone would roll a 2d6, please. All right, that is a pass 2. We will move directly towards the enemy and attempt to charge. We will move. He stands in for the group. He gets to move 12 inches. Stop it. You know better than that.
We made a mistake last turn.
What's that?
We should have had Should have had Jason put his left platoon into a column and given a lot more space and left Tuna's men where they were.
That we couldn't do that only because we had already passed the number 5s. If we had thought about it, if we had thought ahead, we'd have done that.
Yeah.
Holy cow! Yeah. It is right there. All right, these two guys, as it turns out, I didn't pre-measure it because I didn't think it was there, but these two groups are within 12 inches of each other. That means we have to come over here for the reaction test. Now, I want to charge, okay? But that requires both of us to take what is called the test of wills. Very exciting.
Okay.
The test of wills says, this is that point where I advised everyone 2 hours ago, sooner or later, you're going to lose control of your troops. And this is that moment. So, we're taking a crisis test. It's 2D against their rep. They are not in cover. A 6 is always a failure. And a 6 in this instance is always a failure. So, Doug, what you're going to be doing here is you're going to be doing this test of wills. And we're going to see how many of these you pass. You passed 2. Ranged weapons, fire. So your guys are going to open fire on my Zulus. All right. And that's these 3 open order guys firing at my closed order Zulus here. I've already checked the distance. Go ahead.
Are you? I was looking where it says pass 2 on the Colonial, on the Europeans test of wills. It says infantry. I can't read it. There's a hand in the way. Infantry hold for a volley fire. Add 1d6 on next volley and next being charge test. So do they fire or do they hold for volley?
Oh, I see. No, they've seen them. That's interesting. They've got mounted retire, mounted stand, mounted charge, but I don't.
Well, but they're not mounted, so
Right.
They are mounted.
Yeah, they are.
Oh
Yes.
shit!
Yeah, mounted charge.
Excuse. Go for it, guys! You charge.
That's-
We're right. We believe in you. We're hanging back to watch. This is gonna be great.
Those are mounted troops. They've drawn their sabers and charged.
They're impetuous.
That's what they're doing. Okay, well now that's what happens. My guys, what that means is they come and it's going to be to a point 3 inches away. They come to within 3 inches, and my guys have to decide how they feel about that. This is going to be interesting. So if somebody wants to roll a 2d6 on my behalf, we're 5s.
There you go. 2 and a 4.
2 and a 4. I pass both. Pass 2. Being charged. See this right here? We countercharge. Melee types countercharge.
Yeah, they're not outnumbered 2 to 1 for sure.
No.
So melee types countercharge.
Yep.
Yeah, this is.
So we are meeting these 3 guys right here at this foot. Now it's be about 0.3 inches away. So like I say, it's not going to work on this hill.
They're going to kind of get off the hill anyway.
Yeah. But the point is, we would stop here, and they are rushing up. Okay?
Okay.
So now, obviously, all my guys can't melee. In fact, only the guys in contact can melee. So I get to do 2 for every one of his. So I get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 to his 3. Do you see why?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, because it is fig to fig contact.
Right. It's not like the guys in the back can throw. Well, they might have. They're charging though, so they're not throwing spears.
Right. So the first thing that happens.
Nasty Fish says, but they're cabineers.
Well, and that's the thing that's bugging me. That is the thing that's bugging me. And I would say generally, if they were directed to shoot, they would have. But the problem is, I don't have a spot on the table here under Europeans for those carabiniers. I do have mounted charge.
Yep. What's unrealistic about this is that not so much that they would be impetuous and charge them, but that they would charge down with all these other things.
Yeah,
standing around.
I mean, I'm more comfortable, frankly, just having them shoot.
That would be more realistic.
I think that's just what they do, and make
Yeah.
the Zulus come up the hill, which is what they're gonna do.
Yeah,
All
they're
right.
scouts. They're not a full. They're not a full.
I'm much better with
company.
that. I gotta get a hold of Ed and ask him about that. But
The 21st Lancers charged into a freaking gully
Yes,
in the
did.
face of the Mahdi's army
they did.
at Omdurman.
Doug, they're your
So-
troops. What do you think?
Well, they're carabiners. In my opinion, they shoot.
Okay, then let's go. I'm fine with that.
If they were Lancers, yeah, I might buy it.
All right, so let's take a look at the firing table. This is again against the rep of the shooter. We're counting successes. The one thing you should know with fire combat, only a 1 is a hit.
Okay.
Only a 1. So you get we're rolling your rep, which Doug I believe is a 4.
Right.
Is that correct? You've got a carbine, plenty of range, plus 2 fire dice. So that means we're at 6. This is a mob, so you're at 7. You do not outnumber me by more than 2 or 3 to 1.
No.
You are firing at a charging enemy, however. So that's 6.
Right, they are countercharging.
Right.
Okay.
6. And you get -2 because you're firing while mounted. So you're back down to 4.
So I'm rolling 4 dice.
4d6, hoping to get 1s. Got a hit.
1.
I'm actually shocked that you got somebody. Well done. And now please roll 2d6. You killed the leader. Nicely done.
And where did you see that they killed the leader? Is it on any of these charts, or is it?
I don't believe it is. It's a
Okay.
but on an 11 or 12, the leader is a casualty. Now the Zulus decide how they feel about being killed, having somebody killed. They have to
Does
pass.
this group?
Did they lose a guy too from the 1, or is that what
No,
the
that's
one was
the
about
one
to roll
was
the
their
double
leader.
dice?
Now
Have they moved up 3 inches?
They will not. No, they're just going to charge.
Okay.
Remember, that was all about the idea that the Carbineers were charging. We decided that the
okay.
Carbineers are shooting.
Right.
Their
Makes
leader,
more sense.
so they now have to pass 2 tests. They lost a
They have
leader,
to.
and they also took a casualty. They have to pass them both. So,
But are the Zulus still charging?
they will be, yes.
Okay. I was just wondering if they were supposed to be already up the hill or something in
No,
the face.
no. What the deal is, we came into within 12 inches of each other. The Zulus decided they were charging. The Carabiniers decided they were shooting. The shooting happens
Okay.
first.
Shooting happens first. Okay.
Yeah, just because it happens right as you enter that 12 inches.
Understood. And now the reaction for them.
Now
the
they have
loss.
to. So if I can get a 2d6 to figure out what happens with this leader.
4 and a 5.
They are. I forgot to check their rep because they are now leaderless. Rep 5. So they passed them both, correct?
Well, they're 5. They're ferocious, I guess.
Yeah, they're
even without their leader.
Yep. They're 5.
Okay.
Carry on. They carry on. Their tribal group is leaderless. We know that. Now, we also check received casualty. If outnumbered 2 to 1. Okay, now we roll 2d6 again to see what happens.
6 and 4.
They pass 2. Carry on. No,
now
they
wait.
pass 1. I'm sorry.
Pass
Pass
1.
They are not in melee. They are not fired on by artillery. Otherwise, 1 in 6 figures runs away. That's a bad day. Those carabiners are not my friends anymore. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14,
They're supposed to be 20.
16, 17. So we lose 3. Take them right off the back.
Delete them, or
Yeah, actually, it's probably best to delete them. Do not delete British troops. They have a different story.
we can always spawn in more
Yeah.
orcs.
Okay. So let's dress some lines here. Now it's their turn.
They are still charging.
Oh yeah, you shot at them, and now the question is: they charge up this hill.
Now they're pissed.
Now, yeah, now they're mad at you, and now the question is, Carabiners, how do you feel about it? So you roll.
Like,
Monty
I wanna
Python
get
would
the
say,
hell out
"Run
of there."
away!"
You roll 2d6 against your leadership, which is 4, if I recall correctly.
Right.
One pass.
Pass 1.
6 and a 4.
Pass 1 being charged. You are not being charged to the flank. You are not being charged by mounted. Otherwise, you retire 1 move.
And you fire mounted
Yeah, so
infantry
that's-
fire with.
Yep. That's the way that should have gone. I may have screwed that up. But that's okay. That actually works well. Because we got the fire result in, and now you will retire 1 move. If you would, Doug.
All right.
Aren't you... You're much more than this, are you not?
Yeah, because they were 16, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You go what, 16 or 24?
I thought you were pretty substantial.
You're open
They're
order. I
open.
thought you were 24.
Open order.
Yeah,
Yeah. Oh,
Is it 24?
I think it is.
Yeah.
like it's 24.
And do us the dignity of facing away, because I think that's... Well, no, you retired. That's different. That's right. That's the right result. That
These
is
guys
how...
move up to take the ground.
Yeah, that is how a reaction phase is managed. Yeah, they're not gonna... Yep, they're gonna get to...
Yeah,
They're not gonna get all the way.
12.
They're gonna get to go 12. There it
they're
is.
pretty close.
Yep. So they
Take the hill.
they got fired at, lost their leader. Not fun. All right. Who's next? I rolled a 4, correct? Yep. So that was my 5. Do I have another 5? It's a 3. I have a 4. Can I get a 2d6, please? I don't think he can see anybody, truthfully.
2 6s.
That is fail both. Curious to see what this does.
You do have another 5 back here on the back left.
Oh, I do?
Yeah.
Okay.
This guy right here. Or this group right here.
Then then he'll be the one that has to suffer that particular bit of work. 5, 5, 5. Pass 0. Great. Where's this dude? Why do I have an inverted 0?
This guy right here.
Sorry.
Nope.
No.
The one in the back.
Sorry, him.
Nope. Left.
Left more?
Right there.
This guy here.
Right there. Doug and I's hands are over him.
Oh, sorry. Thanks, guys.
You can use a tab to drop a marker in too.
That would work too. Or a right click.
Temporary marker.
All right, so yeah, anyway, he failed 2, which means he doesn't know what's going on. He stands there in place and does nothing, so he's done. This leader, 3, 4.
Okay, you can do something.
Yeah, this 4 will go, please, so if I can have a 2d6.
Oh, I hit the wrong button. Hang on. I hit the actual dice. 4 and 5. It's like a pass.
That's 2 pass.
See a wait. See a 5?
He's a 4. So
It's
just
a
1
4,
pass.
and I rolled a 4. Yeah, a 4 and a 5.
Sorry. But because he's ferocious, it's moot.
Okay.
So 12. Where's 12 inches for my dude? he can do that, sort of. Is that good enough? I know where the gap is. Alright. So he's set. These guys are all coming with him and moving that way. Alright.
Okay.
I need another 2d6.
Five and a 3.
Okay, a 5 and a 3. Again, they're ferocious. We'll start here. He sure as heck sees you guys. He's stuck. I need another 2d6.
Five and a 6.
He sits. 2d6.
Five and a 3.
Okay. How did that not work out? Try that one more time.
You need another roll? Oh, no. Okay.
One dude, huh? I'll pick you up later. And this last guy, please.
Okay. 5 and a 1.
Actually, he's stuck. I take that back because he's a 4. He was behind this guy. He could not pass around him.
Okay.
So they're in the order that they're in. All right. Those are my guys. That's how the Zulus move. And now they're going to swarm.
Schwarm.
All right. So what did you guys roll?
3. Did we roll?
You did. I got to go first.
I think we rolled a 3. I already set the... after we rolled, I set it.
Okay.
So
I
set the markers so
you
we
guys
remember
got no 6s, so where are your 5s?
Well, we have several 5s. But the only main 5... the only 5 company is me, I think. So...
I would say, though, Jason, you don't want to move any of your guys. Unless...
Well, I don't want to move the whole thing. I would probably want to save Crusoe here for 4 and let him rotate to get out of the way. Oh, Champion's a 5. He can move by himself.
Lieutenant Baker, what are you feeling like?
Troop.
I'm going to move the Carabiners, move Baker up to rejoin or close to these scouts.
Okay.
And if they can get on the flank of this impy, to fire into the flank.
Well, just got to go in there and measure it and see what we see, I guess. We've got...
They're only going to move... they're only moving 8.
That's it.
But they can obviously turn.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that hill's in the way.
Yep.
I'm not sure what the range is either.
It's like 20.
Yeah, I think that's
okay, 20. You got plenty. Yeah, the hill might be in the way. You may be out of range, too.
Mm-hmm.
Just barely. But you'll be in position when these people come around the hill or come over the hill, then you can smack them in the face. And then later, these guys may want to rejoin you. They'll be in range.
Yeah, well, the other thing I could do is I could move the scouts up on their flank when we're ready to do 4s.
Right. Another possibility is that you move here. Hang on a second. What's your range? 20?
20.
Close. Somebody else take his thing there and do an 8 off in that direction and see what the radiuses come out to. I can't do it both at the same time.
From which?
Yeah,
that way.
That's a good move.
Yeah.
I don't think we can move him into shooting range.
Your call, Baker. What do you say?
The cavalry will sit.
Cavalry sits.
Okay.
All right. So Baker's 5. Sorry.
Yep, he's sitting.
All right. Any other?
I'm gonna have. Yeah, I've got champion here. I'm not going to move the whole company under Captain Desmond because then I have to move the whole company.
Yeah.
Although I could do the whole company and change facing, and that would allow. Actually, both of my.
Could you
that
take
would allow
your
my.
Could you take your right platoon, put them back into a line, coming back around here? Could Doug scout over to your right-hand side if he wants? If Doug's wanting to pull them back.
Yeah, we'd probably have time to reform.
I think Doug's of a mind to shoot these guys.
Yeah, I'm sure he's going to
asking. That's fine. I'm just asking which way Doug wants to go.
Because he's got. He's got 20 inches of range, and these guys are only coming at 12.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I'm saying I
we'll
see what he's saying. For future,
right.
For future reference, we've got to be positioned so that and then we'll have plenty of time to reform into a line. Okay,
right.
that's reasonable.
I'll get a volley. I'll get one set of fire off, and then I'm going to retire.
Right. So what I was thinking is, Jason, you put those guys either back into a line, or or can you just rotate them and leave them in? I'm sorry. Are you going to move them in a column there, or are you just swinging their line back around? Because then Tuna can take his platoon, his Crowley.
Mm-hmm.
Can he put those into a line going this way? Well, taking
not the way things are situated, because he's got to form off of his lieutenants.
Yeah, but his lieutenants...
can this other lieutenant move out of the way first?
Well, no, because he's going to fire straight through.
Actually, what I was thinking more...
Well, we're just trying to give... we're trying to give Seacom up here a chance to move back when he's ready.
I get it.
And then once he's behind us, then we'll have time to move all of our crews into a fighting line.
Yep.
Okay. And my left wing here is a Rep 4, so he can move at the same time as Bloom and Magdalene. That being the case, what I'm actually going to do for Chapman, who is actually rotate them more like this.
I don't know how you're going to do that.
Well, it's a facing thing, and then I would... If it's a facing question, they would pivot on the center.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Right?
That's legit.
Okay. And then from the center, I'd have them move back, 4?
Yep.
3 or 4?
Mm-hmm.
And that opens up a line for at least their... That doesn't open up enough for the cavalry to come through, though.
Well, can you pivot them further?
Well, if he came in column, it would.
Yeah, the cavalry will go column and get around.
Yeah, where you were is fine if you want.
I just want to stay. Yeah, I just want to stay where I've got a good frontage for shooting immediately if I have to.
Yep.
Okay.
And then Tuna can move his whole company to the right behind Jason's other platoon there.
Mm-hmm.
And then put them into a line facing north.
Mm-hmm.
I know they wouldn't have a clear... Something like that is what... Yeah, not too far.
When we get to the 4s, which we're probably...
Right. When we get...
Which I think we're probably in now. Because I think the only other leaders that are 5s are sergeants that aren't going to want to break off yet.
Well...
So should I...
the other question I had is... My 2 lieutenants are 5s. Do we want to leave them up on the hill, or do we want them to start moving forward? on the left side of the lake.
Just for the record, you've already got this guy coming that way. You've probably got this guy coming that way. You're going to have 2 rogue impy running around doing something.
Which is why I'm thinking about leaving them on the hill.
Yeah, I kind of agree.
Tina, Doug?
It's always nice to have a readout.
I'd say leave them on the hill, yeah. Because you said you have a firing advantage too, right?
Yep. Okay. So
So
the only other thing I would...
rotating into line formation here? Or?
So now we're doing the 4s. Okay.
I'd already formation. When I got them up here to the crest of the hill, I redid them.
No, I'm saying my guys, can they change formation now?
Yes.
Because they already moved over.
Yeah, your guys can form. Okay. The problem is, if they form, they've got to form off their... You've got to... You move them forward so you can change their facing. So this turn you change your facing. Next turn you change their formation.
Oh, right. Yeah, I see.
Okay.
So he's going to have to...
He can leave them as is.
You probably could just leave them as is.
That's that. You actually, Tuna, you're doing the right thing. That's it.
Okay.
That's it.
Can you move him to? Yeah. Okay.
And he's probably going to have to. He's going to have to move one out of the way somehow, in order to properly form, because you got to form off the center.
Cough has to go in the back somewhere, or
yeah. Cough should just hang here.
He's a 3 guy. That's the reason I putting him back. He hasn't technically moved yet.
Right. But I think that's everybody to go, though, right?
My 3 scouts.
Oh, yeah. Good point, sorry. What are they going to do?
Now, they're going to head back to the rest of the company.
I'm curious about one thing.
No, they can't
just
shoot.
Shy. Because you can move and shoot.
So they're going... What's that?
You can move and shoot, just saying.
Well, I can't because they're too far,
They're out of range, right.
But, yeah, in theory, he can move and shoot. How does that work? Does that divide your move?
Nope.
Oh, no, because there's 2 actions.
Correct.
Okay, right. Duh.
All right.
Okay.
So would one action be having them do a 180?
No, they're in open order, so that doesn't count for you.
Okay.
Okay, so there's no facing.
So I can just go straight back.
Right.
So I can just go straight back 12.
Exactly. You just got to make sure you're facing the way you want them to when you're done. Because facing does matter.
Okay.
I'm assuming you're going to want them to face towards the Zulus, is my point.
Yes. Yeah. Let's see if I can get them moved.
Do a grab. A drag.
No. I just keep getting my...
Now do the tab.
There you go.
Yep. No, I was just getting it out of order.
I have trouble with that, too.
Plus, I was hitting the caps lock instead of the
tab. Yeah.
Gentlemen, I suggest an advance to the rear.
Okay.
That's everybody.
All right.
Somebody was studying customers.
What you got, Doug?
Save at some point and continue next weekend, or how long are we going?
I was, my plan... What time do we got? I always like to try to keep it...
It's 10:20.
It's 10:20. I did like to keep it to...
Central Standard.
11:24.
Yeah, okay, we're over my usual time. We'll go one more turn then, and I'll save it.
Were these people up on the hill going to do anything?
I've got the scouts from the Carabiners. I assume they can still move.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they're 4.
All right, so these 4s of Seacums, I'm gonna move them back to join the unit.
All I got to do is just put them back in there.
Right.
Get them all ship shape in Bristol fashion. Oh, how sad. Fallen down drunk, Your Majesty.
All right. So that's that group of them. And then these guys.
One's on the hill.
Oh, dear.
Is it worth it?
Oh, he shot a Zulu leader the last time around.
That's right.
And just bear in mind, there is another whole impy right here around this leader.
Yeah. Nah, we're gonna run.
I think you mean trot.
We're to trot delicately backwards. You got 24 recall.
They can make it all.
They sure
Pretty
can.
close, yeah.
No, they can make it all the way back for government
Yeah.
purposes. All right. One more turn then. Let's see what the dice tell us. One die. Oh yeah.
We rolled a 6.
We can do nothing.
Y'all rolled a 4.
I rolled a 1. Here we go.
No.
Oh yeah. Here we go.
Everything moves. Everything comes here.
Everything.
But we do get some opportunity fire chances.
Well, like I say, when we enter that 12-inch zone, that's where we're gonna, start rolling on some tables, right? So,
yeah.
Let's
look at radiuses here. Yeah, there we are.
Yep, gonna hit the 12.
If you move up there, you're gonna get 12. Now
we got to figure out what they do.
Here. Yeah, this one's not gonna. You're not gonna quite get there for him.
And it will be remembered that my guys aren't all. Well, one of them isn't led at all, as we know.
Right.
So
this guy's gonna not quite make it.
He's a 3. He's a 4.
Some of them might make it if they decide to charge.
They're a lead. Okay, these Zulu warriors up here, these leaderless ones, they're on a 5. That's actually to their advantage because their leader was a bit of an idiot. It's just amazing they stayed in the fight. All right, this is a 5.
Which is why most of them didn't leave.
I want to. Yeah, I know. Well, despite the fact that a bunch of them got shot away by those lunatic carabiners, carabiners. Can I get a 2d6, please?
Here it comes. 6 and a 4.
That is a pass 1. Ferocious will attempt to charge. Yeah, that's the thing. It's pretty much only on fail 2 are they going to sit. Alright, so we're basically here at the edge of this hill. This is 8.2 to this spot. Get a leader out of here. How about you? You're good. Nope. Alright, even though he's down on the ground, I'm going to leave him right there, because that's where he is. We need to remember that for next time. So that's as far as they got, which, as we know, is not...
Yep, not within shooting.
It's not within our test range. Alright, so that was a 5 for... What do you guys got? Oh yeah, that's your boss right there, isn't it? Yep. Well, they're going to have to move around in this instance, I guess. So make sure... Where's my leader? Alright. Good lord. Alright, so this gentleman is going to attempt to move. He may have to do some severe maneuvering to get his guys around. But if I can have a 2d6, please.
3 to 6.
That is also a pass 1. So he only gets to do the one thing. He's going to turn his facing.
Okay.
So that he is no longer... Well... No, you know what? He can shoot this gap. He actually can shoot this gap fair and square. So he's coming this way.
Right. Yeah, he's gonna go over the hill.
He is the bear going over the mountain. He is not there.
Moving.
He owes 3.3. I'm going to mark that.
Okay. Take a text to it or something.
Actually, yeah. If you look at him now, it says he owes 3.3. So he is nowhere near either the appropriate range.
Right.
All right. So he's out. I need another 2d6.
3 and a 5.
Okay. Stop it.
Should be 2 passes.
That's actually pass 1 because he's a 4.
Oh, okay.
And he'll get stuck behind there. Because that guy's a dummy. These guys are up here with their leader. I'm going to scooch them forward so they stay with their leader.
So the leader could be more cautious than the guys on the...
Correct. Not
yeah,
super,
okay.
There's a lot of that in human history. All right, those boys went tearing over there. All right, now we need a... all right.
1 and a 4.
That's a good question. Yeah, they're coming over that way. I don't see any other choice. They saw those fellas going, and they're going with them. Can I get another one?
6 and a 1.
Let's pass one.
1 pass.
And I do believe the last gentlemen under my control are here. And they are 3s.
Still
also.
haven't moved.
These guys in the valley have not moved?
They have not moved yet. And the reason why I know that is because, well, he's got a rep 3. He's going to be the last people to...
Oh, okay, because he's a 3 rep. Got it. Why don't you give me...
you got two.
Why don't you give me...
Yeah, you got 2 rep 3s.
Yep. Why don't you give me this guy first?
Okay.
Please.
Besides, he's the one who's going to move into position if he moves. So that's why we're all looking at him. There's 2 passes.
Yeah. He's coming. Now, yeah, does he almost there? Sorry, gotta get it right. There it is. So
we'll call that. Now,
now here's the truth of it. He's actually back a little bit.
He is, I guess.
So they're not in range of each other, which is actually to his detriment.
Are we moving? Are we measuring from the center of the figures, or are we measuring
no, we
from
should
the
be
edges?
just making contact with the figure where it actually is, though. That's my problem, because he here would actually be here.
Oh, okay.
I've only put him out
2.5.
front, so I know where he is. So he's not inside the 12-inch range, so it doesn't trigger. That was actually a bad break for the Zulus, to be honest. All right.
He did move. He did have two. He did have 2 passes. Can he try to charge?
Nope.
Or
He will try to charge. That will be his intent. But he's got to be in range to do it.
Oh, he wasn't in range. Okay.
Right. You got to be in range of your movement to go through that process. So I get the feeling that when next we gather, Doug's boys are going to give him a face full of small arms fire. Would be my guess.
Oh. And Sean Baker's probably going to turn around and start firing at him from the side too.
I don't know. My boys better get inside some range quick, or they're going to have a bad time of it. All right, and I got a one more 3, please.
Oh. Go.
Let's pass
4 and 2,
which is all they need. Well, I think the story demands they go this way.
Straight up the hill.
Following the guys that were right in front of them. All right. Well, we didn't quite make it into a 2-hour war game, but we did have to do a lot of teaching, I know.
Yeah.
I hope everybody had a good time, and I hope you'll be able to come back for the end of the story. Because
Grand finale.
Obviously, we've got a lot of guys coming in, and we still haven't searched that one area either. But
true.
All right, I'm going to pull back for a final.
You mean there could be more?
There could be more here.
Oh yeah.
We have the final grid. We haven't checked.
Yep, you got the final grid. You could, if you roll. The one thing you managed to do, you rolled the dice 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 times and never rolled a 1. Because if you roll a 1 at any of those junctures, or when you're looking behind a hill, when you're doing any of those things, if you roll a 1, there's another PEF in that spot. And that PEF can be, it can be all of this. So, Well, very cool.
I guess it's technically, we've got another area too. We've got behind this hill that we
do.
haven't seen.
Yep, you do. So we got 2 more spots.
We have 2 locations.
A little bit more fighting to do, but thanks for everybody that stuck around with us this long, and we will definitely pick up part 2 the next time. Thanks a bunch.